Hello, and welcome to the Metalheads podcast. My name is George.
This is Buke.
This is Jay.
All right, and we are here today with another band for you. This is Infera Bruo from Boston. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Very good. How are you guys?
We've got Galen. Say hello.
Hey, this is Galen.
And we've got Neutrino.
Hello, everybody.
It's good to have
Thanks.
you guys on.
Very cool. Glad to have you dudes, man. We're digging your stuff.
So where are you guys located, actually?
We're in the Boston area. I'm in Somerville, Mass.
And I'm pretty close to Boston too. Brookline, right outside of it. So
Yeah, our drummer Ardroth lives down in the South Shore, so we're sort of a little bit spread out, but
Excellent.
we're all,
All right,
we're
well,
in the same area.
Let's explain the lack of accents. We don't hear any Boston accents here, so
Yeah, Boston by way of...
I'd say almost none of us are actually from here.
yeah.
I am from the Southwest. I'm from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
And I'm originally from Prague, Czech Republic. That's where I was born.
Wow.
Yeah, and I moved to the U.S. when I was pretty young, like age 12, and found our home in Minnesota. So I consider myself like a Midwestern guy.
Hell yeah, Midwest.
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
Well,
That's right.
I used to live in Wisconsin, and I used to live in Las Cruces, New Mexico. So
Oh,
we
crazy.
also have- yeah.
Well, my family's from Wisconsin, so
Oh, right on. You say Minnesota, right? You don't. You have newscaster English up until you said that. So
Jay moves around a lot. Whenever the police catch up, it's time to move again.
that's right.
Jay's always on the run.
All right. Well, so you guys just released your third album, In Conjuration. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, personally, I love it. I don't know about the rest of the guys. Buke is...
Buke's shaking his head.
well, actually, you know, Buke, to be fair, Buke is not a huge black metal fan. However, he was saying some pretty positive things earlier today.
I was. It would not be fair for me, gentlemen, to say I don't like what you guys do, because you guys are doing something different to what I hear other bands doing in the genre that I don't like.
that's a compliment.
Backhanded.
No.
We'll take it as one.
I don't know how to appreciate black metal yet. It's like when I got into cigar smoking, I didn't know the difference between a 50-cent cigar and a $20 cigar. It was just all smoke, and it just was, But I hear these guys, while I might not be able to describe it as well as you can, George, with other black metal bands.
Sure.
There's things that stand out with this. First off, the production value is amazing.
It sounds great.
The work with the synthesizer alone caught my ear right away.
What about the clean vocals?
Also, was going there next. It has all these little components that I like. And if more black metal was like this,
I keep meaning to do more convincing Bukes, because I'm sure there's a lot of black metal that you would really like. You just haven't heard it yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, back to you guys. So I've only known about you guys for a couple of months. Could you possibly fill me in on what came before the last few months? A little bit of band history?
We don't do much.
We don't. We're
Well, it's your third album.
This is
Something
going to
must
be
have
the
happened.
shortest pod ever. All right. Well, it's nice to have you guys on.
Yeah, honestly, this record took a long time to record, and
It did.
and get right.
It was a process. We put a lot of time and effort into it, but same with the last one. We've been,
Now, for our listeners who don't know you guys, what is your guys' role in the band?
I am the guitar player, the only guitar player, and the vocalist. I'd say lead vocalist, although everybody, 3 out of 4 guys do some vocals, but I do the majority of the vocals.
And I play bass, and I do some vocals too. But Galen also does all the recording and stuff.
I do all the production and engineering and all that stuff
so
as well.
He's a multi-talented individual.
Another one of these groups doing it all on their own.
It's a good skill to have.
Yeah, I'd say up until recently, we're the most DIY kind of band that I know of. I mean, we literally print our own shirts, record our own stuff.
Which your guys' logo is badass, too.
Stuff. Oh, thank you.
We didn't do that one.
That's actually Christoph, I think it's pronounced Spazdel, who
Yeah.
did the logo for thousands of bands. He did the
Dark Throne.
Emperor logo. He did a lot of stuff.
Nice.
Can you do the Dark Throne?
I don't think he did
No.
Dark Throne.
All right.
no.
I thought it was somebody actually in the scene did the Dark Throne logo.
Yeah, that sounds right.
It
He
was
definitely,
it was like somebody from like Emperor or somebody did it. I don't remember who it was, but
Yeah, but this guy's done tons of logos, so he's
good.
We're very cult in that way.
Guys, when we spoke to Joel of Thralsenblot a couple weeks ago, I asked him this question, and you guys, now hailing from the Boston area, I don't say this area is a hotbed for black metal. You guys all come together from different parts of the globe and country. Was black metal your guys' first love and what you guys first started playing? Because you're certainly not getting it, a lot on the local scene. At least we're not.
Yeah, no. I come from I come from more like traditional metal background. All the bands I was in growing up were just more old school kind of metal. I played, I was more influenced by like Iron Maiden and bands like that, like Iced Earth and stuff like that.
Yes.
And
yes.
Yeah.
And prog rock.
And a lot of prog, a lot of like 70s prog stuff.
So you're like, the words to Pull Me Under, like the back of your hand?
Where?
Not that kind of prog, actually. More like King Crimson, but.
Okay, yeah.
Are you guys aware of Thralsenblot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've heard of them. I am not familiar with their music.
Yeah, I know them. Well, first of all, Brandon, he's plays bass for them. He also used to be in Woods of Ypres.
Yeah,
and he's an Obsidian Tongue, and they're good friends of ours, and we've played tons of shows with them. They're actually a local black metal band, really good black metal band.
Yeah, we got a split coming out at some point with them as well.
Wow,
cool, very cool.
Yep, good stuff.
But I mainly started listening to it after actually you guys had him on though, so that was kind of my first exposure, and it's really good stuff. I like it.
Yeah, love it. So, Inconjuration came out on July 31st in its digital release.
Yep.
Are you guys doing any physical releases? Perhaps even some vinyl, maybe?
Well, there's definitely a CD release that should be happening any day now. I think Bindrune is waiting on CDs to come in, and it should be announced, hopefully this week. So the CD will be available. Vinyl is an unknown, but we're all hoping for that, obviously.
Will people be able to get that up on Bandcamp, or where can they get that?
The CD will be available through Bindrune,
Okay.
and get the digital one through our Bandcamp, as well as I'm probably going to put up a little CD T-shirt package through the Bandcamp as well. So,
Excellent.
Yeah.
Have you guys, looking at your Bandcamp numbers, have you guys seen where a lot of your purchases are coming from? Is there one area that's really taken to you? Because I'm always blown away when George tells us the stats for our podcast, and we get like a bunch of listens from downloads from Mexico and
it's pretty.
Iran. We've had some from Iran. I'm like, really?
Oh,
I didn't know that.
Is that even legal?
I know. I'm like, oh, great. Somebody's going to come knocking on my door now going,
You're on the
Mr.
list.
Washburn.
Yeah, you're on the watch list. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, we have a pretty big variety of people who are downloading it and listening to it and stuff from all over the world. But there's a lot of people from around here that get into it too, who have seen us perform or something, which is pretty rare, actually.
Guys,
Are there other?
Sorry, Jay.
Well, I was just going to ask if there were other local, who do you play with in Boston? Are there other black metal bands you're playing with, or?
Like he mentioned, Obsidian Tongue we play with. Who else?
Another band, Inhuman Form, is an awesome band, but they're not exactly Boston-based. They're
from Lowell.
From Lowell, yeah. They're a little spread
close.
out now. But we put out a split tape, actually, with Obsidian Tongue, Inhuman Form, and this band Autolatry. They're from Connecticut, who recently broke up, unfortunately. But yeah, when was that? Last year we put that out?
Yeah.
So those are awesome local bands to check out for sure.
Yeah, we play a lot of shows with those guys. But yeah.
There's other ones, but like I said, we're kind of recluses, so we don't really get out of the cave much.
We probably played 5 shows last year.
Now, talking about playing shows, interesting thing. I was doing some research last night, and by research I mean having a couple beers, watching YouTube clips of you guys.
Nice.
Do you guys do it on purpose? Like tone the lights down really low, really dark, really
evil
like that? Yeah.
If we can, it's nice to get a little atmosphere going.
And then there was one random clip. I don't know if you guys even planned this. There was like a fire breather girl or guy at your show.
Yes, yeah, that was a good one. That was a lot of fun.
I didn't know if I saw that correctly at first. I said, "Am I seeing a great white thing happening in front of me again? Is there, the hell's happening here?"
That was briefly discussed before we played.
The station.
You're like, okay, guys, the exits are here and here. If it goes up, I'm out here.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was also on the 7th floor in a possibly illegal venue.
Everything about that venue was illegal.
With an elevator that didn't work, so it's a little sketchy.
It was like an old warehouse, and the elevator apparently had like a reputation of just stalling, between floors, and then people getting stuck there overnight.
And it's also a great place to play, though.
It's shut down, though. It got shut down recently.
You know why it got shut down, guys? They broke fire code.
Yeah.
There you go. But I like that you guys were like, "What the hell? Let's just do it anyway." This elevator doesn't work, but we'll just go.
Yeah, that's sort of how we usually
You got to roll with the punches,
We kind of interrupted your history, and I really do kind of would like to hear about your formation a little bit and who came in and how did you guys meet each other, that kind of thing.
All right, yeah, it's pretty standard, I guess. I decided that I wanted to do a black metal project. So I guess it was my idea initially, and I put out some feelers on the internet, and the first guys that got back to me were Germanicus, the synth player, and Ardroth, the drummer, who are very, very different people, very different types of musicians, in every possible way. I mean, age-wise, influence-wise, personality-wise. So it was interesting. It was interesting right away. So I started writing music, and we started practicing with those guys. And then Neutrino came in once we realized that if we were going to play live, we had to have a bass player. I think we initially had a bass player who was around.
Give him some more weight than that.
I know. I guess if we're going to play a lot.
Yeah, see, well, you know what, though?
Before I realized that he could write the kind of music he could write.
Thank you, Buke.
Yeah, we were talking to Pig Destroyer when we quickly talked to Blake last week at Fair Winds. Yeah. Pig Destroyer proves you don't need a bass player.
No. You see, I play bass in another band, too, so I'm aware of how bass players don't really matter. So,
and what band is that?
Thanks.
Galen has called bass the cowardly instrument.
I was joking.
To my face.
I was joking.
Cowardly instrument.
I play bass.
No respect around here.
I play bass in a band called Trap Them, which is a totally different beast. Which is why I enjoy playing bass in that. Otherwise, I wish I'd play guitar. So.
Yeah, Trap Them. Trap Them's huge.
I've heard that name before.
Because you should have heard of them. I was sort of a leading question. I knew he was going to say that, and I wanted him to put that out there. So,
yeah, Galen gets to go on all sorts of rock star field trips because of his membership at Trap Them. Yeah. Why don't you tell us about that, Galen? Where were you recently? Europe.
Yeah, where were you at?
With Converge.
With Converge and stuff like that.
Just Converged, just these good bands, big bands.
Fucking flew to Phoenix, when was that last week?
Yeah,
for some. Yeah. Why don't I let you talk?
Yeah, but Phoenix is not nowhere you want to fly to. It's nowhere anyone wants to go. But it was still a good time. Lots of fun. But yeah, I play bass in that band and get to do some traveling and some.
No, not knocking at all. Trap Them and what you do with them. Do you enjoy playing this style more?
You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, you don't have to answer. I'm just curious, because
yeah. The thing with Trap Them is it's not really the kind of music that I would write, and I don't contribute anything writing wise to that. I just reinforce riffs.
Hey, what bass player does?
Yeah.
That's all I do.
It's a cowardly instrument, I hear.
Oh God! All right. Yeah, but Infera is it's sort of my baby. Mm-hmm. It's my music. Mm-hmm. So and also I've been playing guitar my whole life. So guitar is my main thing.
You see that with a lot of mainstream artists too, bigger in the metal scene, who when they do break out and start side projects and stuff, they're able to kind of break away and play what their heart maybe wants them to do.
Yeah.
That way you can play 2 or 3 stages at Maryland Death Fest instead of just one.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's true. What's that at? What was that? Hellfest, I think. The guitar player from Mayhem, Tellock. He's in another band who's super small. He like headlined with Mayhem, and then the next like morning at like 11 a.m. his other band played.
Nadinger?
Nadinger,
That's an awesome band.
Oh, yeah.
I can't even, I'm a big video game player, and I can't even come up with names. These 2 guys have cool fucking names. Let me just say that. My video game name I always use, Opeth.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah.
That's original.
Yeah, that's original. Opeth fan on Twitter over here. Fuck.
That's called phoning it in.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, didn't the singer from Primordial also perform with another band?
Dude, there were so many guys.
Yeah, Twilight of the Gods.
Twilight of the Gods.
Yeah. Have you guys ever made it down to Maryland Death Fest? Any plans to come on down?
I went 2014.
Okay.
And so a year before this last one. That's the only time I've been down there. I'd love to go again, as long as there's somebody I really want to see.
Is there one band you really want to see?
Us. We're going to be there.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
Let's party, guys.
Yeah, man.
Come on
down.
Yeah, I haven't been yet. I've been meaning to, and I'm also sort of like waiting for like the one band that's just gonna, have to like a must see.
I had the must see, and then they canceled, and I just went anyway.
Well, let's hear your must sees.
Which was Ulver. Ulver was 2014.
Yeah.
And they canceled, but I still went down because there were plenty of other bands that I really wanted to see, like Sark was really good.
Yeah.
Nocturno Culto.
Candlemass was fucking amazing.
What's going on with them right now? I thought they had announced they were going to give it up, and then now they keep going around with this other singer.
I think
kid.
From what I understand, they are going to continue playing live and just not write any more new music. Maybe.
Okay.
That's last thing I read. I think.
I'm actually one of the few really big Robert Lowe era fans. So I like Messiah too, but
yeah,
I like him too. I guess.
Neutrino. What was your what would pull you down there?
Emperor would for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
that's kind of a no-brainer, I guess.
Let's see if we can get Ronnie James Dio for you too while we're at it.
Well, I mean, they're sort of back.
They're sort of back. Now, would you see him solo? That he's doing some of these big festival dates. He's going out playing solo and playing some Emperor songs.
I'd love to see that. I'm a big fan of his solo stuff.
Oh, the Izant stuff?
Especially the last one. Der Salenbracken, I think it's called.
The weird one, I call it.
They're selling. Wait, try to have Buke pronounce that one.
Well, actually, his name is on the list, so let's not say it anymore. We don't want to give it away.
All I know is he does a great song with Michael Ackerfeld. That's pretty badass.
Oh, yeah, on the... What is it, the second?
Yeah.
Well, yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
Well, I heard that there's actually still 2 bands yet to be released. Like for the lineup.
I keep hearing
and they're probably
Obscura, maybe.
Well,
really?
It sounds like at least one of them is going to be a headliner.
That's good.
Because
Emperor.
Venom is obviously going to headline their day, and Testament is going to headline their day. Friday... Personally, I think, was it Paradise Lost? Could probably headline that day. But there's speculation that the Friday at the Edison may get a bigger headliner. But they did say there are 2 bands yet to be announced.
And they said in the next couple months they're going to be announcing them.
I would just shit myself and die if Emperor played.
Oh, dude, please.
Seriously.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff we're excited about, though. I mean, Venom, I've never seen Venom, and I know it's just Kronos, but I don't care.
Yeah, it'll be good.
It's going to be great. And Hail of Bullets, I'm excited to see. Gruesome. There's a bunch of stuff we were looking forward to.
Yeah. I know that.
But I like...
Maybe with, where you guys live, have you made it up? I know this is more of a softer metal scene. Have you made it up to the New York Metal Fest that they have? Sorry, the New England? I'm sorry.
Yeah, yes. I've been to that a couple times. It's, last year, I think there were...
Well, you guys played it, didn't you?
Yeah, Trappin played it a couple years ago.
Bow down again.
There's a lot of stuff I don't like at that metal fest.
Okay.
There's a lot of it's a hardcore / metal fest.
Metalcore.
Generally, there's 1 or 2 bands that I want to see, and they're spread out throughout the day, and it's tough. Like I really wanted to go see Testament and Exodus because I heard what they were playing, and I was really excited about it. But then I saw where I had to go to see it, which was the Metal Fest in Worcester, and I bailed on it. So
They play here every weekend, man. No, that's not true. But they do. I mean, they do. I've seen those guys so many times. Just
yeah,
because.
I mean, I've seen Testament.
Jay, speaking about this, you living in the Bay Area, have you ever had an opportunity? This is a total random band. Have you ever had an opportunity to catch Metallica on one of their famous like secret shows that they do?
Actually, you won't believe this, but I actually had the opportunity to go to the Fillmore 20th anniversary shows. They did like 4 shows in a row, and I didn't go.
You mean the 30th?
30th, excuse me, 40th. Damn, that's the Grateful Dead, I think. Yeah, and I just balked at it. I didn't go. That was, yeah. I mean, I don't remember what it was. There was some reason I couldn't go. It was just like really bad timing for me. But I had a friend who got tickets because he's like in the fan club, and only the fan club people got the tickets or something. So, but that's it. I mean, and then as I've mentioned on the pod before, I've just run into him a couple of times.
Right on.
At the shop.
Let me rein this back in.
I was just about to say
there is an album here we were talking
I
about.
was just about to say that.
Listening to In Conjuration, for me, it seems like it sort of straddles old school black metal with a more contemporary progressive sound, with a nicer production than a lot of the classic black metal albums. What are your thoughts on black metal production these days?
And maybe preferences also. What do you like?
Yeah, I mean, like
I actually, I like that old production style.
Do you?
Yeah, there are elements of it that I like.
But I don't want to interrupt you. But you being somebody who I'm going to,
You're going to anyway.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
no, because I'm sorry. This is my ADD. I blame it on that. You have somebody who records stuff with the technology available. Why do you have to do that though? It is like with all these Instagram filters. Why take a picture and add a filter on top of it to ruin it?
All right, I like where this is going.
I think it's a preference thing, I guess. I think in the old days, it was limited equipment and stuff. Now there's definitely no excuse, but I think for certain bands, it's they want the whole thing to sound different than a regular production. Like I'd say the 2 Mayhem albums ago, Ordo Ad Chaos. It's a very fucked sounding album, but it's purposefully.
I love that.
It's purposefully fucked, and I can respect that as an artistic choice. It's a piece of art. It doesn't necessarily have to sound like the instruments being played.
And that's the thing. It's not like, I don't think equipment is always the issue too. I feel like, it's like I said, it's done purposefully. It's almost like it takes a lot of skill to make it sound fucked in the right way.
Yeah,
I would
fucked
wager
in the right way. That's a good way, isn't it?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I think that Pro Tools probably has a black metal button on it now. So you can use that, you know what I mean? High tech, push that button, everything flattens out.
And I think the other side of that is, though, that there are plenty of people who don't know what they're doing and have the technology to record a band and an album and just don't have good taste in guitar tones or anything like that, or don't just,
Yeah.
Oh, like the old, for example, like the old Dark Throne records, I would wager that those weren't recorded necessarily on shitty equipment. I bet they probably did that with dudes that knew what they were doing, but
definitely
were able to capture something that they were going for.
Yeah, because they had
like
vision.
Madrigal of the Night, by all.
On the other hand, I was Burzum, I think it was the first Burzum record. He literally played his guitar through
that's true. Yeah.
What was it? You probably know better than I.
Like a boombox or something, like a boombox speaker.
That was his amp, and he wanted it to sound as bad as possible, so to speak.
Yeah.
For guitar tone, that's awesome. I love the really tinny, like the Madrigal of the Night. Oh, actually, Madrigal of the Night almost goes a little too far. It's like so piercing that it hurts. But I do like that sound. But then, and I give a pass to anybody from the '90s. The Dark Throne, like In the Night Side, Eclipse. Those are the bands and the albums that sort of debuted this sound, and they were the pioneers. So, of course that's cool. But the fact that 20 years later, people still are making albums that sound like that. I'm like, it's not original anymore. And so do something. You don't have to have that sound, because pretty much anybody with a computer can get a sound that's better than that. So you're either doing it on purpose, which is not original anymore, or I don't know. But and so the point I ultimately wanted to get at was that I really enjoy the crop of newer black metal bands like yourselves that while you maintain elements of the old school black metal style, but you're moving the sound forward. And I applaud you for that.
In the sonic sense, yeah.
That's great. Thank you. That's definitely, something that we're trying to do, is maintain that sort of second wave feel to certain elements of it, but also, make it sound like us as a band. So
that was basically a 10-minute insult that ended with a compliment. Was that
No, because it wasn't directed at you.
Thanks, Buke.
Yeah. If someone's going to give a fucking backhand compliment or something stupid, it's me. Hey, guys, we have seen a lot of trends and stuff come in music, and especially in black metal, the symphonic stuff in 2000s became really popular when Dimmu really started to, like, their sound on Death Cult Armageddon really took off and stuff. They were playing main stage mayhem fests. What was your guys' thoughts on that when black metal, the popularity kind of shifted to the symphonic sound? And I know you guys incorporate that a little bit with your, synth work that you have on your guys' stuff.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan generally of that stuff. Some of it I like, but I don't have a problem with it. I'm not someone who's gonna go bashing. Actually, I do go bashing stuff.
Please, this right here, this podcast is a bash-free. Sorry, this is not a bash-free zone. Bash away on this podcast.
Well, honestly, though, a lot of that stuff doesn't bother me as much as it bothers some people. There are a lot of purist people, and I think that goes back, honestly, to the production comment about why does it need to sound that way now. I think there's a lot of purist people who think, well, black metal needs to be a certain way, a certain sound, a certain style. Can't go out of those bounds. When the whole point of it originally was to go out of those bounds. And all those first bands, though they all have similarities, they're totally different one to the next. Like Burzum to Dark Throne to Emperor. They all have their own unique stamp. So I think it's weird that people get stuck in this rut where they need to sound like Dark Throne, basically.
But I think even they, for all of their posturing, have kind of started to move forward a little bit, just sonically. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely.
I think they even got bored with themselves. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
Given the way the album started off, just the style-wise, a little deeper into the album, when I come across some clean vocals, I was a little surprised by that, but in a good way. I kind of made me think a little bit of like Emperor's anthems, with.
I'll buy that, yeah.
Like probably just about the coolest clean vocals in black metal are on that album.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that.
And it's. I think it's nice. I actually kind of this isn't a style or anything. I don't know how to explain what I'm about to say, except to say that there are those bands that kind of save that kind of 1-2 punch for later in the album. And to me, if you got to kind of walk a little farther down the path to get to that moment, it's that much more effective. Yeah. And does that make sense? And I feel like you guys kind of play that way, so to speak. And by the way, I mean play the game that way. And that's effective, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Thank you. Yeah, we've definitely put that song as the first song on purpose to let sort of things unfold as you get into the album, hopefully.
Yeah. It's like taking a walk, and I think that only people with that real attention span will understand what you guys are about, Yep. Which I think everybody in this podcast agrees that we have heavy metal attention spans, you know what I mean, in a good way.
Yeah, that's good.
Which is why I think you've kind of rung true with all of us.
Awesome.
Now,
that's good to hear.
People lost their minds when bands like Watain and Satyricon added clean vocals. Are you at all concerned about the true cult elite, going up in arms over these clean vocals?
No.
Well, Oh, that's an element that's always been, first of all, in our music.
Yeah, the first song
ever since the first record
is clean.
So I think we've, like, if anything, we've been catching shit for that for, ever since we've been around. There's always reviews that are like, this is a great album all around, but those clean vocals just totally.
Until,
yeah. And I have friends who even say that, who are like, I love your band, but I can't hang with that element. Which is fine. I don't care. But the reality is I come from maybe the opposite of some of the black metal bands who start experimenting with that. I've been singing like that, clean or whatever you want to call it, since I was a teenager. All my old bands were like that. So the black metal style of vocals is actually newer to me since the formation of this band. So it's not anything.
Galen used to be in a power metal band.
Yes. Yes.
That's the dirty little secret right there.
Yes.
Galen, I need to go back about 1 minute there, Galen, and just tell you those people are not your friends.
Yes.
Can we talk about the recording of the new record a little bit too? You said it sounded like it took you a long time, and can you talk about your process as far as across distances and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I mean, we practice like a normal band, so we get together and hash stuff out in the rehearsal space.
You said earlier though that the synth player and the drummer are two different personalities, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to keep them on like opposite sides, or have they kind of been able to like?
We have to keep all of ourselves in.
Honestly, we have to keep ourselves all different corners of the room.
Yeah.
Everybody's chained up to their respective amper kit.
I want to see if we can get through one question without Buke interrupting after their first three words.
I get so excited.
Shut the fuck up.
Oh, I love Duke.
I get excited. I'm like a giddy little schoolboy. I'm excited. These guys, I look up to these guys.
I know, but I think the next interview we do, we're just going to pull them up and just have them watch us talk, because we're not getting them letting them in edgeways.
Sorry,
what we could say,
gentlemen. I'm sorry for being
about recording
excited.
the new album. Buke, what do you think of that?
But you know what? There's somebody on the podcast right now listening, driving to work or something, who's probably like, "Yeah, let Buke speak."
Oh, believe me, I know. You have this chemistry that I do not understand. Everybody's going, shut the fuck up, George.
Okay, go ahead, gentlemen.
Sorry.
All right.
And guys, for those of you who aren't looking at us, seeing these guys on the screen, they are so black metal. They just had a black fucking cat walking around.
That's true. Yeah, he's walking around. His name's Crowley, and he's
That's awesome. I have a dog named Dio.
We got a sword on the wall here.
Yeah, we got
some
swords.
skulls, knives.
It's true.
We can
The fire
cult it up
breather's
if you
going to
guys
come in
want.
any second, right?
What's that?
I said that fire breather's going to come in any second now. Kick this fucking podcast up a notch.
Right. So, Jay, what was that question again?
Production.
Well, actually, I have a couple questions for Buke now.
Production. Yeah.
No. It was about production, but the process of making the record. So it takes some time and.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I'll speak for myself. My process is I usually write the songs by myself and bring them into the band, and then they get
Destroyed.
They get nudged around by the band. It's actually it can be a hard process. Neutrino, I think, has the same process. We'll send each other demo versions, and then we'll get together and everybody will start working on it. And then, we basically just practice it in a rehearsal space for usually quite a while until Ardroth, the drummer, feels like he can really nail the drums. And this time we had our friend Dave Kaminsky,
from the band Autolatry that we mentioned earlier.
He did the recording of the drums at his studio in Connecticut. So this was the first time that I didn't actually do the recording of the drums, the actual miking and all that. And then we took the drums back to my place and just sort of over too long of a period put on the guitars and the bass and the vocals and all that.
At your when you say my place, you mean your house?
Yeah, either my house or other members of the band's houses. Like Germanicus has a little studio in his house where he's got all his synthesizers and stuff set up. He's got so much gear, so much old vintage gear. He's an older guy.
He's an interesting dude.
Go ahead, tell us how old he is. You're not going to scare us.
I think he's 61.
That's fucking badass.
Yeah. He's been around the block.
He's from the 70s. He's from the 70s disco scene.
Oh my god, totally. He won't stop talking about the 70s.
Punk scene.
Oh well, back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Is his real name Rick Wakeman?
Yeah.
Does he think Frampton Comes Alive is the greatest album ever?
Robin's got a really interesting history.
He's got a very interesting history.
He's been in like punk bands and like all sorts of crazy.
He's more into noise and stuff, which you can probably tell, than traditional keyboard kind of stuff.
And the cul-de-sac is sort of his
Cul-de-sac was his
baby.
his band, which was like a.
It's very well respected in like what kind of circles?
I mean, I'll say post rock, but if he hears this, that'll probably make him really
experimental, like rock type stuff.
So,
It sounds ridiculous. I don't mean to be so impressed, but I haven't heard a word you said since '61. I mean, that's really he's got to be the oldest dude in the black metal band.
They're probably the only black metal band in the States with an AARP card carrying member. You know,
got a real good deal on the tours. Yeah.
Yesterday at the Neurosis show was amazing.
I had to.
He recently had foot surgery on one of his
you guys
foot bunion, and he was walking around with a fucking walker
with the tennis balls on the bottom.
Oh my god,
That's a cat.
Well,
So, you guys have prime parking at all the shows, handicap right in the front.
Funny you mentioned that. We got VIP seating because
I got
of this.
VIP sitting at Neurosis because of the.
Oh man, that's awesome.
I got to say, Jay and I are pretty respectful of this because it's about time we find somebody older than us.
I honestly, George, when they said he was older guy, I thought they were going to say like 42, and you and I'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Fucking one. Wow.
And he
and let me just say, I'm like seriously, like I'm impressed by that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's awesome. He loves black metal, which there's a lot of.
How's his hearing at this age?
He's got some
Got
issues.
some issues, but he's all right.
But mainly,
You ever
but
have
not-
him
not
playing
because
something
of-
and you're like, man, he's like, this sounds great. And you're like, are you hearing this?
that happens too. But no, it's mostly because like I don't think he wears
Yeah,
earplugs.
you never wear earplugs.
Oh,
And,
really?
like, even back in the day, like they just used to play super loud fucking punk, at like 11 out of 10, and like he's got tinnitus issues now and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
He doesn't need corpse paint. He just naturally loves.
You got to cut it out, man.
Actually, he's doing great, man. Don't slow him down. Those are all,
I'm sorry. It was just a lob that was just.
it really was.
All right. Well, Jay, did you have any more along those lines, or you want me to get back to
About making fun of people's age and whatnot.
about your last line of questioning?
No, please, George, go ahead. If you got a piece of paper there in front of you, go for it.
All right. Well, you had mentioned reviews earlier, and I was all ready to segue right into my next question, but I wasn't quick enough to get in there. So, before last night and today, I went online and was looking for anything I could find, any reviews about the album. And I got to say, not a single one had anything bad to say. Everyone I saw was like, this is an incredible album. So what I want to know is, are you guys in danger of getting big heads?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't think my head or any of our heads are going anywhere. Just because, at least for me personally, I think if I'm satisfied with it, it doesn't really matter if the reviews are good or bad.
Plus, I feel like the bad reviews are on the way. Like we already actually got a pretty shitty one from the magazine Zero Tolerance.
No, because they have zero tolerance for anything.
Yeah, it's a shitty magazine anyway.
Guys, they
I love
tell
that
you.
magazine. Yeah, it's. I think
Well, we
it's
have two
British.
things. We have a positive one
Yeah.
and a negative one in the same magazine.
Well, it's not a
Two different
review.
writers.
It's like the first one is like a little interview type snippet about a different dude, and that's very positive, and he's very nice. But the review was done by somebody else, and the guy's like, meh, not my cup of tea.
All you have to say is we have a 61-year-old in the band. Give us some slack.
I'm doubting that you guys put too much stock in reviews, and I'm in a band, which I try to bring up as often as possible, apparently. But I will say this: the funny thing about a bad review is this sort of like you spend your whole life loving music. It takes you however old you guys, it took you that many years to make this record. It's just not necessarily frustrating, but it's pretty harsh to have somebody just walk over and just be like, yeah, it sucks.
And some guy like me who can't even say your fucking band name or album correctly just bashes it.
Say the band name, Duke. Say the band name.
Especially hurts.
Don't put me on the spot like
Should have
this.
put it on the list. Do it.
I was going to ask. That was on the list.
Duke.
Infera Bruo.
Not bad.
The nice thing about our name is that it's not a real language. It's a language that doesn't exist.
Thank
you. So if you say it wrong, no one cares.
So you get a pass.
I get past. Thank you, George.
Yeah.
Don't put me on the spot like
It's
that.
just warming up for our new segment. You'll hear more about that later.
Silosis.
Slyosis. See, he listens. He knows these
He
things.
does know these things.
I was on the subway when I heard that, and I was fucking laughing my ass off. And everybody's looking at me like a crazy person.
Amon Amoth.
Amon Amoth.
Amon Amoth.
I'm on a moth, baby.
Where's the R?
Sounds like someone from here, actually.
What?
It sounds like someone from
Man,
Boston.
man.
Amon Amoth. Pack the car. That's the first thing I heard when on my first trip to Boston. Drove up all the way up there from here, went straight to the hotel, went into the desk, and the lady said, "Did you park your car?" And I was like, "Oh, we're in Boston."
Nice.
Let's go get a beer at the bar.
We could piss it. All right. So Galen's not the only one who has more than one project. It seems like pretty much everybody in the band has another project. Can we call you guys a supergroup?
Oh, Jesus.
George, don't make him blush.
Actually, I don't think anybody else does
we're
at the
not-
moment.
No one's doing anything actively, really. Are they?
Okay.
Yeah,
See,
I mean,
what
this is
happens-
this is our main thing. This is our band.
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is what I get for trusting the internet.
I feel like this interview must be a real emotional roller coaster for you guys, because one second we're like, your production sucks, and then we're like, but you guys are a super group, and then we're like, then you got an old man in the band, but we love what you do.
It's tough.
Let's do this with every interview from now on. That's just so.
I was not insulting their production. I was praising their production.
No, I know. But you were insulting their genre's production.
I was insulting the bad bands in the genre.
Yeah, I understood that. Yeah.
It always becomes, this is wonderful. I'm loving this.
Well, it's like, it was a good production back in the day, but it's like when we were talking to Matt from Yesterday's Saints, and metalcore came up, and I tend to generalize metalcore too much, and I'm basically like, metalcore sucks ass.
Oh,
you
that's
don't.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
you don't generalize that too much. Go for it.
I
have to agree
do,
with you on
but
that.
Matt pointed out that they're like the original, like pioneers of it. I mean, like Killswitch Engage, Shadows Fall, bands like that. I'm like, I agree. I'm not a big fan, but I don't hate them like I hate what came afterward.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
I do.
If a band right
I was
now,
about to say the same thing. I didn't want to come out like
No, let it ride,
this is
man.
like where my hatred of black metal comes from. This sound. If a band came out with, say, Mayhem's,
That's not
Listen.
a good. That's not a good.
Listen to me.
It's not
If-
a good choice.
if a band came out with like they wrote Funeral Fog right now,
Nobody fucking sounds like Mayhem. Everybody sounds like Dark Throne.
I'm just saying, would you hear that today and be like, oh, that sounds good?
If
What
it
about-
sounded like Mayhem, yeah, because Mayhem's one real the original, Mysteries Down Satanas actually is a pretty original sounding album. Everybody copied Dark Throne. Not that many people copied
the first
Mayhem.
time I heard Funeral Fog, I'm like, what the fuck is this?
The guitar tone on that album is fucking killer.
You're not mentioning a lot of stuff, though, dude. Like, look at George's shirt. You like Satyricon, all right, don't you, Buke?
I do.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that gets to you, dude. And I mean, I know they're not a black metal band, but there's stuff that kind of came out of that
George doesn't,
scene,
but some of his music does.
like Enslaved, kind of came out of that scene and stuff, And there's some bands that are used amazing production now.
I feel like
Enslaved.
Buke. I feel like Buke can be won over. Wasn't one of the episodes you did Don Slaughterson as a convinced
Yes.
Buke?
Yeah.
And he liked that.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, shit, that doesn't get like more black metal than that. Really,
But
that's like
the
nonstop
interesting
blast.
thing is, like your Winterfellith and stuff like that, I can get behind those. I like what they're doing, but this extremely raw stuff, and I know George keeps saying repeatedly, it's more than that. But that's still where my head is stuck in that musical mud.
Well,
Let
no,
go of
George
your
is there with you,
preconceived
too. Like,
notions, sir.
Yes.
I can't get these guys to listen to the new Vatnet Viscar album, which is fine.
I even have it on vinyl. I just don't like it that much.
Oh, you got
But he
it?
has it on vinyl because that's how crazy his addiction is.
No, I
but-
pre-ordered it because I was expecting something better.
Did you guys like it? Did you guys like them?
No comment.
I'm on my own. No
They,
shit.
yeah,
starting my-
they're local guys actually.
I was going to say you don't want to say too much being up there.
I'm starting my own show. Apparently, that's a real shame for me.
I have to say that I think the new one, Settler, I like that one a lot better than the one before that. What is it, Sky Swallower?
Yeah, Sky
so
Swallower.
diplomatic, dude.
Is that how is that for
Fucking hate
review?
it. I hated the other one.
By that I mean there are some moments that I think are pretty good.
Fuck all you guys,
As
man.
he's covering up his shirt right now, his 2015 tour shirt with that Viscar coming up.
I am not bringing that record up again, ever.
What's that cover? That cover art?
Yeah, they have caught so much shit for that cover art.
I don't have any problem with that.
Thank you, George. At least I got George on my side.
Because why? Because the girl's hot?
No, it's just it's a different.
No, I'm just like, it doesn't have to be a fucking two-tone black and white,
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, George.
My mistake.
Well, their first one was a couple like birds on it.
Yeah.
That wasn't much better.
Yeah.
But
We should we should ask these guys some questions.
we should
Get back to the band, George.
right.
Speaking about album art, your guys' album art, I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Where'd you guys come up with that?
Yes.
Thank you.
We love it too.
Who did it?
That was another debacle. Is the album art for this record?
Yeah,
Really?
the guy's name is Nate Bishop.
Nate Bishop.
And we just found his stuff, and got in touch with him and asked him if we could use that one specifically. It was something that was done probably a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think it's a little older, and it's actually it was painted on like a huge block of wood
Yeah.
Nice.
with
pretty awesome.
virgin blood, I believe.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You just want to take that block of wood and just lick it.
Yeah.
Was that sarcasm or was that truth?
The wood part is truth.
Okay.
The wood part's true. Come on, George, get your head out of the gutter.
Well, you could get a virgin to donate a little bit of blood. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Sure,
If you were really going true cult.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was sort of a last ditch attempt to try to
we
save
had
the art issue on that record. Because go ahead.
we had something in mind for the art, and it didn't get the end result wasn't what we wanted, and we spent a lot of time and money and stuff like that on getting this original piece of art done, and it didn't end up how I think it was me who pretty much
Yeah, you fucked that
I
up.
just said no, we're not using this. So that prompted us to start looking elsewhere, and that came up, and we ended up using that because everyone agreed that it was awesome. And then
And that's very, very rare for all of us to be like, wow, that's
almost
awesome.
never does that happen.
No,
Pretty
you
much
know how
everyone.
It's a miracle we're still together. Let's put it that way.
Now, you know how everyone interprets art different. How many times have people come up to you and said, "Oh, like those 3D images? If we stare at it long enough, something shows through."
Mm-hmm.
Have people come up to you and said, "Oh, I see some like Boston Red Sox fans there, and they're cheering the World Series championship," or like, do people see their own different thing? Because it's a cool blend of like reds and blues and whites and.
Yeah, there's some.
We haven't really. I don't think it's been out long enough to
We
for
haven't
us to
had
get
too much feedback with the other art, other than everyone seems to really like it.
It's
well,
cool.
But there's definitely like weird stuff hidden within. Like if you look at it long enough, stuff pops out.
It reminds me just a little bit, and don't take this the wrong way, but just a little bit of the Satanist, a little bit. Like I can see that cover in one corner of your cover. You know what I mean? Like, and even though, like you say, people haven't had a chance to really take it in yet. All your covers are great. I mean,
Yeah, thanks.
you guys have done a real nice job. It's a good presentation every time, I think. You know?
I'd like to ask this question during interviews because then I can go, oh, who did this? Okay, and then I can go and look because I've been looking for artwork and logos and stuff that for artists that we can use. And I know I have a little experience myself with going down an avenue of pursuing something and then ditching it. I just had Luciferium War Graphics do a logo for Metal Disciple. And I sent it to these guys, and I was like, "What do you think, guys?" And they were both like, "Piece of shit."
Yeah. We dealt with that with
Does Luciferium War Graphics really have a question mark on the end of it like that?
I couldn't quite remember if that was the name. I know it's Luciferium something. I think it's War Graphics.
Well, and I mean, you can edit this out if you want, George, but we're also have had a little contact with Away from Voivod. He does graphics, and and we're reaching out him to maybe do something for us.
Yeah, it would be really cool to have him do something, but at the same time, the luck that I have had with
You don't want to hate what he gives you.
right, I'm like, I don't want to spend the kind of money that I'm going to have to spend to get Away to do something for us, and then fucking hate it because pretty much everything that I have commissioned, except for the $5 stuff I got off of Fiverr.com, everything else I've paid any money for, I either didn't get it or it sucked. So I'm really hesitant.
Hey, speaking of artwork, you guys mentioned doing your own T-shirts, and is there literally a screen printer in your black family?
There is. That's
Yeah.
what I.
You're looking at them.
That's what I do for a living. That's my day.
right on.
That's cool.
So
Galen
Send
does
us some
everything.
shirts because I love your guys' shit.
So
Yeah,
does
absolutely.
what's one of the dudes from Neurosis does that too. So you have that in common
nice.
with him. You went to the
Okay.
show last night. I don't remember which one it is. They all live here, and
Yeah.
They don't all live in Oakland though. That's where it says they're from. But the one who lives up in Santa Rosa, I can't remember which one it is, but he's got a screen printing business.
nice.
Well,
Yeah.
doesn't Steve Von Till live up in like some fucking like mountain cabin in Wyoming and like murders wild animals?
Yeah, I think you hit it on the nose. No
Yeah.
point checking those facts. Yeah, you got it.
I heard that on a
Oh, I love these guys.
I heard that on the Josta cast.
Oh, there's no other podcasts. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, Johnson does a good fucking shit.
Yeah, I like him.
It's not bad. Yeah, there was the one with Kelly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Joss is up around these guys, Connecticut
Yeah.
area.
Oh, is he? Is he?
I love Hatebreed. That's his.
I like the podcast more than the music, but I like a little bit of the music.
I had a hate breed phase.
Yeah.
Did you? All
Yeah,
right.
it's some of the
Can't
most
talk about
insane
that
pits
stuff.
I've ever been in, but
I didn't.
Shit.
I love it when I can say I didn't. But I did.
Buke, you go into the pit. You go into hate breed pits. That's
Yeah.
fucking.
I'm pretty brutal in the pits.
Well, I mean, look at him. He looks like he belongs in a hate breed pit. And that's one of the things I hated about hate breed was you go and you
get the
you know
shit beat out of you.
I've seen them at shows because they were like somewhere else on the bill. And when they come on, all the hate breed fans come out, and they're all fucking high school football farm boys
they're like me. Yep.
with their Pantera weed shirt.
Yep.
And probably some sort of fucking rebel flag on there somewhere.
so
And they're all like bumping chests and yeah, man, yeah.
Giving shirtless hugs.
Over goes the Dos Equis.
Damn, it is not an episode without spelling something. Fuck.
Yeah, but hate breed pits. I mean, at least over here, hardcore and stuff. It's like it's totally. Do you guys? What kind of moshing do you guys have? Where you
The
guys?
hard, we have both. We have your normal
have
metal
the
mosh
ninja
pits,
style?
and then we have your crazy flail your arms, spinning around like a helicopter.
Yeah, karate stuff. Yeah.
Yes, I don't know
You know-
what the hell that is.
There's some other new thing going on, and I've seen this lately, and I think it's the metalcore thing because I honestly don't know. But somebody I know, one of my metal friends, has been posting things on Facebook, and there's this whole other new style of mosh pitting where you don't actually run into anybody. You just do what Buke is talking about, and it's just flail, and nobody touches anybody. I'll see. I'll send you the video, Buke. You'll laugh at it. It's so funny, and I think it's a metalcore thing.
Well, I think it's a hardcore thing. Like
That's a
and-
hardcore thing.
Is
Yeah,
it? All right.
All the ninja stuff.
I honestly would think that probably originated somewhere around here.
Probably.
Like and it's been around for a while. Like when I first came to Boston in like 98, 97 for college,
Yeah.
I went to a death metal show, and God, it was actually a pretty sick show. It had like Internal Bleeding and all these like slam death metal bands, and everybody like came out fucking ninja flailing style, and yeah, and I was just shocked. I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah.
You know, I think of you guys as having what I suspect is a pretty good scene, and I don't think I'm alone on this band, but like ISIS came out of Boston, and I really liked them for the first.
hell yeah.
I liked them up through Oceanic. They kind of lost me after Panopticon.
Oh, I love Panopticon, but yeah.
I mean, I like that one, but then after that, I didn't like it. When
Same.
Aaron started singing, that wasn't a great idea. But they,
Have you heard that Sumac record that just came out?
no, but I know the tour is getting ready to start. Is it good?
They played last night. They opened for Neurosis, and
How was it?
I thought it was awesome. I know
Yeah.
Neutrino is not sold on it, but I think it's good. It's definitely more like older ISIS. If
You know, I was
compare it
such
at
an
all.
Aaron. What's that?
If you want to compare it to ISIS at all,
I do. I do.
I
Okay.
love how you guys are best of friends, but you're like still opposites too, like George and I. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah,
Totally.
the whole
Yin-yang.
band's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's George and I. We realized, like you heard a couple weeks ago on the podcast, George is the yang as black metal,
I got the yang.
and I'm the ying death metal guy. No, guys,
that's
we
the clue that binds it all
Ying.
together.
as guys in the scene, we talk about the kids flailing their arms. Just fucking stop it, kids. Is there anything in the scene, in the genre of metal, that just stop? Is there anything you guys wish would just stop? Something that's become popular in metal now, or just stop it, just knock it off.
And metalcore is too easy an answer.
Too
Yes.
many to list, I think, honestly.
Death,
There's a lot that should stop.
Death to all but what? Oh, death to what?
Death Heaven.
Yes, thank you. We can all agree with that. I will admit, I bought Sunbather, hear me out, because it was getting so much praise. It was. We all just looking in, it was getting all this praise from everywhere. I listened to it. It's just noise.
I saw that vinyl on your Discogs, Buke, and I was like, am I supposed to get that record?
It's just noise. But
by get, I mean, understand.
It was getting so much praise.
The fact that it got so much praise really discredits the entire metal journalism community. I mean, what the fuck are they thinking?
There's a few things out there like that this year, too, by the way.
Oh,
there's a couple coming out right now.
Ghost Bath.
But you know what? These guys both look like they could pick up. They could be in Ghost Bath or Death Haven. They look at that. He has
Death Haven.
Yes, he has the cute little glasses. They got the nice little hair. They're all skinny.
Again, from the praise to the insults, we're just going to keep them coming at you guys. So,
I was as I may have alluded to, we're going to do a new segment later where we have Buke pronounce band names.
I missed that. Buke was saying we're cute. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Yes,
Buke.
I was. You guys, you know what? Put that on the liner note.
Very emo. Galen's very emo. Right? Look at those glasses.
I knew I shouldn't have worn my glasses.
Their prescription. Give them credit.
They are.
All right, let's shit talk more.
Yeah, come on, George. Shit talk.
let's how are we doing on
flat
question-
brimmed hats? Flat
Flat brim. Stop it.
What the
What?
fuck?
Stop it.
Stop what?
You guys,
Flat
you guys,
brim hats.
you guys are sticking around for the episode, right?
Yes, they're with us all day, Jay.
Let's move along. Let's start talking some shit about some. Unless you guys, I mean, how are we doing?
I got a couple more questions.
George has questions.
Saving the best for last. But I noticed you have a few shows coming up, a couple in Massachusetts, one in New York. Any plans to expand that further out, possibly down here to the DC area?
I would love to, but
We're very lazy.
well,
I love the honesty.
part of it's lazy, part of it's we all have jobs and
Yeah, I mean,
Things.
if we could get on MDF, that'd be cool.
it'd be nice.
No, actually, speaking of both, that area and fests, there was some like weird black metal fest that's happening in Baltimore. I forget when, but we got offered to play that, but we took too long to answer, and we missed it. Do you remember what that was?
Yeah, I can't remember what it was
Like
called.
I think it's like in September or something. It seems very cult. I
It
don't know.
was, just
It's
called, it was just
familiar.
called the Noise Fest. It was just,
You
Yeah.
just shut up.
Yeah, I mean, we'd love to do more shows, but right now those three are what we have booked, and we're definitely open to playing more.
Well, at least you play more than Dark Throne.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. That's part of the appeal, though.
Yeah, with Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
is
Well,
there a
yeah,
rule
but
you guys have to
they're
go on
huge.
early because of some members in the band?
He thinks that maybe some of you guys.
Cackling is Neutrino, just so everyone knows. It's not me. I don't sound like that.
Trino cackle.
Because
The,
George have an old member.
Oh,
They have to be maybe asleep earlier.
I see. I forgot about that.
Yeah. A
Actually,
Nightline is just about to come on.
George doesn't get humor, apparently.
Germanicus has more energy than we do. He's more. I mean, he's someone who stays up all night and does
Tons of
weird stuff,
Viagra.
satanic cult stuff.
You know what? I'm really starting to wonder if, like, I really am looking across the vast history of black metal now and wondering if most interviews went like this, where they'd be like, well, Bill doesn't, oh, excuse me.
Edit that out.
Joey.
Yeah. That's
great
why I'm
point.
not screwing around with that.
Or like Eugene. It would be better if they were all names like that.
Hey,
you know?
Galen is actually Galen.
Yes,
by the
that's
way.
my real name. I
Great fucking
refuse to,
As metal
to
as
play
that
that
is.
game. So
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's
I mean,
cute.
George's middle name is Gideon. I mean, you don't have to fuck with that. dude.
Wow.
it's a cool.
It's
one.
not.
I thought it was.
No, it's just my fake
Oh,
name.
that's your metal name. All right.
just my
Well,
middle name.
That's his Dungeons and Dragons name.
Yeah, actually, no. Seriously, though.
It is your name. Don't lie.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the story. I used to play D&D back in the day, like many years ago. And
George,
I had a character.
looking at you, they already knew it.
Yeah. And, I came up with a
killing
character name. It was Gideon Kane. And I took Gideon from one of the X-Title comic books. There was a character named Gideon.
Yep, I remember him.
And Kane from like Cain and Abel /
Deckard came from
no.
Diablo.
No, actually, there was a role-playing game. What the fuck was it called? It was a vampire one. But anyway, I can't remember the name of it. But the history of the game was that the first vampire was Cain. And so I stuck those two together, and that was my my online, like my AOL name back in the day. So yeah. Anyway,
Do you
That's
still play
awesome.
D&D, George? Do
what's that?
you still play D&D?
I have not
George
played.
and I have been trying.
I haven't played
Oh,
in
have you?
probably. I think I played once, like maybe 10 years ago, but I probably haven't really played in almost 20 years.
I say this for all three of us. By the way, this isn't pointed at George, but you have to have friends to be able to play that game.
That is basically the thing is when I lived in Michigan, I had, I grew up in Michigan, and all my friends who played D&D, I played there, and I moved here 17 years ago, and I haven't known enough of people in the area to do that. I met some people at work once, like I said, about 10 years ago, who played, and I played with them a couple times. That petered out, and I just haven't known anybody around here to play with. So
Yeah,
Except
he hasn't
me.
hasn't left his house since.
yeah, that's me, Mr. Agoraphobic. Actually, it almost is now. I work from home.
Yeah.
I do too. I do too. It's a sad
Okay,
lifestyle.
Okay, back to the interview. George, go ahead.
Fuck.
This is the greatest fucking interview yet.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
They're going, we wish we could have talked about the album a little more, but
No,
No, because you know why, George? I'm going to speak for them. They have all those stereotypical interviews, the same questions over and over again.
and like you said, you're just going to speak for them. Because you
that's
just
right.
keep doing that the whole time.
I'm gonna hire Buke as their press secretary.
All right, well, I have one last
And then we'll get to the fucking pod.
last real question. This is the deep one here. Did you guys hear recently about the casting call for the new Ghostbusters movie, looking for metalheads? And did you go?
Yes and no.
Same.
But I just saw a lot of like chatter on Facebook about all these dudes from around, like metal dudes I know from around here, like taking pictures and like, whoa, Ghostbusters, bro.
I'm really curious as
really
to
my
what they're
thing.
planning on doing with this.
Well, I think the running theory on the pod now is that some metal band calls up some demon or something, and the Ghostbusters got to come and bust it. Yeah, right.
Maybe it was Infera Bruo.
Oh, is that the name of a demon?
Yeah.
That's our band.
It's made up.
Yeah,
if
no,
you
I know
recall.
that, but I thought maybe that's right. It's a made up name. Yeah. Wait, who are you guys?
Oh man, I thought you guys were immortal or something.
I have a question for Neutrino. Coming here from a different country, were you into metal before you came to the States here?
Not really. Like I was still only like 12 years old, I think, when I first came over. But so I was into like 80s hard rock, like Bon Jovi, Europe, fucking, that kind
With
of
all due
stuff.
respect, Prague is almost America anyway, isn't it? I mean, it's like really friendly to the American culture over there.
Unless you're Randy Bly.
Sorry, dude.
I don't know. I wouldn't say it's really America. It's
Well, I didn't mean that, but I mean, I remember for a while they even had like a some American dude they were paying, literally the government paid him to be to be like the relation to American pop culture or some weird bullshit. I saw this story
Oh,
at like
okay, I see
16.
what you're saying. You mean like friendly to American culture? Yeah, I could see that. There's a lot of Americans actually that live there. I think there's like a decent sized American community just because it's cheap to live there. There's a lot of good cheap beer, and it's just a
Sure,
very
sure.
pretty place to live.
Yeah.
But yeah, the only thing that even comes remotely close to metal back in those days for me was Guns N' Roses.
Okay, that'll work. Sure.
Appetite for Destruction. Yeah, and that's kind of like where my turn towards like dark.
Remember the first metal album you heard here when you got to the States that really started your little...
What
I was
headed you
thinking
down the dark path?
Yeah, what took you on?
Yeah, I was thinking about this before the podcast, but it's kind of hard to nail down. I feel like, it started with, I think maybe the Black Album by Metallica is what got
Alright.
kind
Okay.
of opened my eyes initially. Then Pantera,
Yes.
Sepultura, thrash stuff like Testament and shit. And the more extreme stuff would have been like Morbid Angel and Napalm Death.
Wow.
I remember when I first experience with extreme metal was I used to watch Headbangers Ball, and they used to have this segment called Into the Pit. I don't know if you guys remember that. It was like
I do.
way back in the day. Yeah, it was always like at the end of the show at like 3 a.m, and they would actually play like death metal videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember Rapture came on. I don't know if you guys remember that video, but that sort of scared the shit out of me. And I was kind of like terrified of it at the same time, but I kind of knew that there was something special there, so I kept going back to it, and it all went downhill from there.
You could. I think it's okay that Buke's been answering your questions for you because that was basically his answer to that question too. You basically followed his path into the metal world.
Yeah,
Buke's path to destruction.
And hey, let me just go on the record and say that, mostly we listen to metal, but I think we all listen to other stuff too. I know we do, but Guns N' Roses, that Appetite Destruction, that's a great record, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of the great records of all time.
Totally. And I'm glad you're seconding me on that, because like that's one thing I always give Galen shit about is Appetite for Destruction and Guns N' Roses in general, because he always classifies them as like cock rock nonsense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I feel like there was something different about those guys.
They
were
were
kind of like a
hair metal.
counterweight to the cock rock stuff.
They're so like big now or whatever, or then or whatever, that you can't see through that haze. But I remember hearing that record before anybody I knew had it, like really, and I was like, this is the greatest fucking rock record I have heard in the longest time. And then it blew up, and then it was different. But
it was like Aerosmith meets punk rock.
Actually, I had a friend loan it to me. I went to my friend and I said, did you even fucking listen to this, dude? Like, why did you not tell me this was the greatest thing I was, whatever. That's a good record.
Does Galen wear the Axl Rose tight spandex white shorts on stage and do the little snake? No, he doesn't do that?
No.
That's not his style.
Galen's not a fan. Not a fan.
Duke did just do the snake, by the way.
I'm sorry. You Could Be Mine is one of the greatest songs that's not a metal song ever. I think of TI2 driving through the fucking river aqueduct. Yes.
Oh, man,
I
Rocket Queen.
disagree. I like my Michelle. There's some stuff off the first
You Could Be
record.
Mine is the greatest GNR song.
Nah, Rocket Queen.
Galen, greatest
totally,
GNR song?
George, Rocket Queen. Oh, yeah.
Really? No, my Michelle's out there?
That last riff on Rocket Queen. Epic.
I love I don't know what, there's probably a musical term for it, but when like halfway through the song, it just completely changes direction. I fucking love that.
I think that's the actual musical term for it.
But back in those days, like they were doing, like Rocket Queen is a good example. That was such a weird and like sleazy, dirty song,
and it was long.
Like what else was out around that time? It was like fucking Bon Jovi.
You're right, and the original cover of that record. I mean, it's a dangerous, cool record.
Totally.
Yeah. Hey man, let's move forward in the pod and let these guys make fun of some shit.
All right. Well, before we do, I just wanted to put this out there. Usually we put this out at the end of the episode, but I'm going to do it now so we don't forget. Before we get into the main part of the cock rock, before we get into the main part of the podcast.
The main part of the cock. That's all George wants.
Just the helmet.
The old meaty shaft.
Which part is the main part?
Before we get into the main juicy bits of the podcast, is there anything else that you want to plug or discuss?
No.
I don't think so.
Classy. Dude, that's fucking
good.
classy, dude. I love that. That's cool.
No. All right. Well, before we get into the guts of the podcast, why don't we play a song from the album In Conjuration? This first song that we're going to play is called Send My Ashes North. Can you just give us a little info on this song before we play it?
Sure. It's sort of a different song for us in general. I feel like it a little slower maybe in tempo and vibe. It's got a lot of different ideas meshed together, but I think it flows pretty well. And Ardroth, our drummer, actually wrote the lyrics for it. But yeah, it's a good one.
It is. That's why I wanted to play it. All right. Well, we're going to get into that now, and then we'll be right back. All right, that was Send My Ashes North from the album In Conjuration from the band Infera Bruo, who are still with us and hopefully will remain so through the rest of the episode as long as we don't piss them off.
Yeah, good stuff, fellas.
If they haven't left us yet, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah,
And
after that abuse they just took.
But I do want to pause for a minute and say, cool. We love your stuff, guys. So thanks for letting us play your stuff. And thanks for coming, man. We love having you
Most
guys
importantly,
on.
thanks for spending a Sunday here with us.
Absolutely.
It's great.
Totally. I'd love to start an online Dungeons and Dragons circle too with you guys. If that's
You know what? I'll play.
Holy shit! I have been. Do you know
We could do that with the mics and everything.
I already have D20. It's an online Dungeons and Dragons thing. George, this is above your old school self. We have Skype. I'm not smart enough to be a dungeon master, but that's why I play a barbarian or some stupid. What was that?
Hulk smash.
Yes, exactly.
Buke crush.
Yeah, I'm the dungeon master. I'm like, oh, you walk down a tunnel, a bad guy appears.
When Buke plays, he doesn't even name his character something else. His character's name's Buke. Me Buke, you die.
I think it's actually a race.
There's actually a couple of pretty good online. What is it?
There's a couple podcasts. Have you heard of them?
That's what I was trying to say.
There is one. It's a group of guys who get drunk and play D&D. And they are shit faced, just playing D&D.
I haven't heard that one, but there's one with Brian Posehn. You know the stand-up.
Oh yeah.
What's that one called?
I don't know the name of it, but there's a couple of them.
That one's okay, but then there's one called Adventure Zone, which is really good. You should check that out.
I will. Actually, I'm going to jot those down.
I'm an avid gamer and tabletop gamer. My brother came over last night and we were playing.
I think it's like role-playing with Brian Posehn or something like that.
Okay. All right, cool.
How did you guys even hook up?
And
we
mean hook up. We mean meet.
We hook up all the time.
Yeah, awesome.
Well,
I don't know.
It was.
I think it was a physical flyer or something like
Craigslist.
that. It was Craigslist. It was like
Backpage.
we
That's
need a
definitely
bass
a
player.
hookup.
And Chris.
Isn't that cool how that just happens?
Yeah, it's awesome.
And then a friendship comes from that. That's just so cool.
Yeah.
It was very random. It was after like a 2-year break I kind of took from metal and music in general. I was in a death metal band before that called Pillory. And when that broke up, I just kind of went into a slump and just hibernated. And black metal's always been sort of my baby, so I wanted to get back into that. And I had a hard time finding really anybody into it around here, believe it or not. Even though it's a decent sized city.
Yeah.
So I just kept checking Craigslist and finally found this thing that popped up. That was signed
awesome.
like looking for a bass player, evil black metal band.
And you're like, God, you wrote this to me?
Yeah, and then I think you guys sent me a link or something.
That's so cool how that works
and
out.
I was pretty blown away by
That is cool.
the other-
Plus, if it's Craigslist, you can put like looking for evil bass player. Also have 1976 lawnmower trying to sell. You just got to do everything at once, man.
Also, for an hour meet, charge 100 hearts or something like that. No cockpits and stuff like that.
So let's get into things here. First thing I want to mention, we just spent the last week without Jay. Jay's been out wandering around in the wilderness for the last 7 days or so, completely cut off and from communication of any kind.
It was wonderful.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah. Well, we were just discussing this earlier. It was kind of like I was.
Remember, I didn't text you. You text me. You go.
You just
Jay,
agree with me then.
I got a text last night as I'm sitting around playing some tabletop board games last night. I get a message from George, or just maybe 2 nights ago.
Just last night.
Yeah. George goes, "Have you heard from Jay?" No. You go, I have to admit, I'm having some Jay withdrawal.
That's I long to hear that from all my
And I
friends.
said, I
Since
don't-
you guys are all my friends.
I said, I don't care.
Yeah, he doesn't.
yeah,
Fuck it. He's like, fuck him.
fuck you.
He's like, I hope he got
You
eaten
know
by
what?
a bear.
I said, I have enough friends. I don't need another Bay Area friend.
That's harsh.
Is it hard being a vegan camping, Jay?
No, he just chews on the grass
He just
around him.
eats the berries and the nuts and the mushrooms around him.
Yes, I was in the mountains. I was in the beautiful Sierra Nevada mountains, and let me just say,
Were you drinking Sierra Nevada beer? Please say so.
hell yeah.
No.
I do.
He was licking toads and tripping on acid.
I have to tell you, I'll just say this: if you haven't been to California, it's the most diverse, most beautiful state in the union. I don't care what anybody says. We got deserts, we got oceans, we got mountains. So I was up in the mountain lakes. I had no cell service whatsoever, and I had George and Buke withdrawal. Buke obviously less so because of the
Because he's an asshole.
No, as you may hear on the pod, we keep a constant conversation going, via text. So
yeah, it's like I'm so used to talking to you guys like every day. To go a whole week, it was just
weird.
Oh, it was a breakup.
It was weird.
Oh. So I'm back. The point is I'm back, and it's nice to have my boys back. But I miss you fellas too. I'm glad to be back, and we got a lot to talk about, like online and offline. So
all right, well, welcome back. So last week about this time, I went to the Faith No More show at Meriwether Post Pavilion in Columbia, Maryland. And I don't go to a lot of larger shows like this. I tend to go to club shows. And I wouldn't say I'm a huge Faith No More fan. At least I wasn't before this show.
All right.
When The Real Thing came out back in 89, 90, it was my senior year of high school, and I fucking loved that album back then. And I liked Angel Dust and a smattering of songs since then, but, if I'd never heard them again, I wouldn't have been too sad. But when Sol Invictus came out, I was intrigued, and I like it. And when I saw they were coming around, I was having dinner, talking to my wife, and I was like, Faith No More. And she expressed a little bit of interest in going, which is something we don't often do together, go to shows, because our tastes do not overlap in any way. And so I was like, fuck it, let's go. So my wife and I went to the show, and we both fucking loved it. It was pretty damn amazing. I mean, they're not particularly metal to begin with, but their show was pretty heavy. And what I was discussing with my wife was that it was a really good mix of playing heavy and accessible at the same time. But it was like in a schizophrenic sort of way. It's like they would just fucking balls out, be fucking headbanging, and then transition smoothly into like easy listening, jazzy kind of stuff, And it was just like, wow.
George, we're talking to black metal guys.
Hey,
hurry up.
Well, actually, I want to know what they think.
I see them glazing over. But
I'm curious to know what they think of them.
I was used to be a very big Faith No More fan. I still appreciate some of their stuff, but it's one of those bands that not all of it aged well with me.
Yeah.
I actually prefer stuff from King for a Day and Album of the Year over the first stuff, like The Real Thing.
Yeah.
I think the new album's okay, although it's almost like too much nostalgia. It almost sounds it's weird because they still sound like Faith No More, and it's been so long since they put out any music.
Yeah.
I didn't get the opportunity to see them live. I'd like to see them live. I don't know how much I'd spend on a ticket, but I'd like to see them.
Just to give a slightly different perspective. First of all, I'm not really a huge fan. I know him, and I kind of don't like Mike Patton that much, to be honest with you, but just as a guy. But so, you know what I mean? But I saw
totally.
When I used to work at this bookstore in Tucson, Arizona, many years ago, and it was right when The Real Thing came out. And it was right when it started to turn. So it was sort of like they had still a bunch of club shows to do, but they needed to start playing bigger places. And we sold tickets at this bookstore, so I got free tickets. And I went, and I was, just as you say, George, I was blown away. I was just like, this is one of the greatest. And it was also cool to be there, like right when it was breaking.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I saw Guns N' Roses, very similar situation. We were just talking about them. It had a place in Tucson before Appetite for Destruction blew up. I saw them in a club. Yeah.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
But anyway, so it was a cool show, George, when I saw him.
One of the things I wanted to highlight about it was pretty much every live show I've ever been to, I've always liked the album better. It's like live shows may be good, but it's never going to be as good as what's on the album, because on the album you have, all the stuff that you can't have live to make it sound better.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. But this Faith No More show sounded better than the albums. And I mean, it's been a week and I'm still singing the songs in my head.
Cool.
I was like, wow, because I went and I was like, okay, what about this song? And I went back and listened to the album, and I was like, it's all right. It wasn't nearly as good as what was live.
Cool.
And you hear people say that, it was better than the album, and I've never really experienced that before this.
I was just going to say, I usually agree with that. The only two bands I can think of that blew me away live more in that way are Opeth and Dillinger Escape Plan.
All right, cool. Oh, they're fucking, well, those guys got epilepsy on stage,
especially man. like in the early days of Dillinger when I saw them.
Yeah.
Like that fucking yeah, that.
Yeah, like how did those guys not hurt themselves? You know what I mean?
I
Like
think
seriously.
they do, actually. I think
Yeah,
they-
I think-
yeah, like one of the dudes wears like knee pads and stuff.
Is that right?
Yep.
All right?
I lost my train of thought there. Well, there you go. Couldn't have been very important.
Sorry.
Oh, I know. I was this. I predict when you guys go to Barbecue, I'm kind of in. There's a new band I like right now called Metoid Man, and I'm thinking when you guys see them live, I think you're going to come away thinking, "Holy fucking shit!" And I haven't seen them live, but I looked them up on YouTube. They look pretty great.
Yeah.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right. You already sort of touched on this, so I don't know if you want to go into it in more detail, but I was going to ask you about the Neurosis show last night.
Talk it up.
Neurosis, flawless. We saw them actually not too long ago. Had the good luck to see them in Providence. Was that last year?
Yeah, that was at the HP Lovecraft convention.
Yeah. It was like a one-off thing they did.
Yeah,
Dude, that's
very, very
bitchin'.
cool.
Yeah,
Holy shit. You got to talk about that too. Go ahead, but I got to hear about this Lovecraft thing. Go ahead.
yeah, and so, well, I just wanted to bring that up because I'm sort of comparing those two shows because the first one really sort of blew my mind. I haven't seen them since like this. When was that? I saw them initially, like the Through Silver and Blood tour.
Wow, that was a
Yeah.
while ago.
Yeah, and not since then. Actually, I think the last time was like at Ozfest. I think they were getting so much exposure back then. I think I saw them on like a side stage at Ozfest with like, all these huge bands like Machine Head and fucking Marilyn Manson and stuff.
Yeah.
And not since then. And when I saw them in Providence last year, they really kind of blew my mind. Like, I could easily say that it's probably top like
Awesome.
top three shows I've ever seen. And yesterday was also amazing, but it was a smaller venue, so it was kind of like just harder to feel the music, I guess, because like there's dudes standing right in front of you. The
Yeah,
Providence
it
show
was
was
packed.
Yeah, it was packed, just wall to wall. But what was cool about yesterday is the sound I felt was a lot more in your face because the room was smaller,
Yeah,
so it's
yeah.
just like the sound was just crushing.
Yeah,
and
they are so fucking heavy.
yeah,
I
They
think
really
a lot
are,
of I think a lot of Doom bands that are calling themselves Doom bands need to see that band live.
Oh, totally.
And see what being heavy and
Totally.
slow and intense is all
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
They're so emotionally heavy.
It's
yeah.
honestly so much of it is just like the way that they play. Like they're just pouring their hearts into like every
Yeah.
fucking note that they play, and it's not like posturing either. Like you can tell that they're just like about to collapse emotionally, and the sound feels that way too because like the electronics like busting through the speakers, it feels like they're breaking the house system
Yeah.
with like every note that they hit. Oh man, crushing.
Just to drive that home about the way they emote, the new Steve Von Till solo album is not in any way heavy, but it's so fucking heavy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it is that there's. Oh, you should. It's just totally like this. It's not Neurosis by any strange sense. It's sort of
Yeah.
acoustic-y stuff, but it's like heavier than half the Doom bands out there because
Yeah.
because of the way he puts it forward.
Emotionally.
Have you heard it, George? Do you have it?
I've heard bits and pieces. I've been meaning to go back and listen to it in full.
Yeah, you'll like it. You'll like
I liked what I heard.
Yeah. That was a great show report, by the way. Awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, and they even busted out like the percussion stuff like they used to do back in the day, like so
Yeah.
they had both guitar players on percussion and that smaller environment is just fucking, yeah, like I said, crushing.
Cool.
Excellent.
And yeah, I also wanted to mention that I'm not like huge into Doom in general, so like slower music like that needs to be pretty special for me, in order to be able to pay attention. So it's rare for me to get into slow and sort of like brooding meditative stuff. Like another band I can think of is Sabrosa. I don't know if you guys got into them last year. They
Yep.
put out a really good album.
Yep.
They're another good example. Yeah, Galen's not a fan. I'm getting pumped over.
I think we would pitch to you the new Bell Witch record. You should at least try it, man.
I did.
That's pretty okay. There you go.
Didn't do anything
Let's
for
just
you.
leave it at that.
He's like, I did. Yeah,
Yeah, I
I did. Yep.
Back to
Oh, I'm loving that record.
So, how about the weather?
Yeah.
it.
All right. Well, as Jay mentioned, next weekend, Buke and I and Brewer Will, are going to be heading down to Richmond for the Guarbecue Festival. Should be a good time. It was a good time last year.
It was a fucking amazing time last year.
But this time, while we will be recording, Buke managed to score a interview with Guar.
Yes, sir.
So hopefully,
So I will be taking my mush mouth self by backstage talking to some member of Guar. If it's Blothar or Jizmac or whoever.
you better do a good job. Otherwise, somewhere in the afternoon, some person's going to walk up to me and tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Are you from the Metalheads podcast?" And I'll be like, "Yes." And they're just going to hand me a box and go, "Here's what's left."
I'm gonna be
fucking
like,
Guar destroyed him.
I'm gonna be like Odorous from last year. Yes, Guar. I've seen their interviews before. They're fucking whacked out. They're out there.
Yeah.
I got confirmation. I'm talking to one member of the group. I don't know who.
So we'll see. It should be a
With
good
my
time.
fucking talent and what I bring to the table, if they give me Odorous's ashes from last year, I can make something happen.
Just pick it up and be like, "Hello, my name's Odorous." Hello.
I need a wheat sword and a microphone.
Yeah.
I did reach out to Valkyrie and Mutoid Men, their management people, so hopefully those will also be on the pod next week. But it's a great fucking day. We had a blast last year.
Yeah, while he's doing this, Will and I will be drinking beer.
I'll be drinking beer beforehand, but guys, can I tell you how devoted the fans were last year to get to this Guarbecue? To remind people, George and I met two guys who took a Greyhound bus from Arizona to Richmond last year.
I hope we, come across those guys.
It was like 56 hours on a fucking Greyhound bus, one way.
That's nuts.
But it was the funeral last year too, though, right? I mean,
Yeah,
it might be
yeah.
a slightly different scene this year.
But also,
I'm sure it'll
there's
still be
hot,
cool. I'm just saying
there's
people may
hot
not.
tatted girls in bathing suits. It's a fucking great day.
Yeah.
And Down is going to be there. You guys Down fans? Look,
I like the first
Galen.
record. I haven't heard a lot
He's
of
like,
it.
I'm more interested in chewing my food than talking about Down.
Well, with Jay always eating, it probably made him a little hungry.
I love NOLA, but
Yes.
I sort of stopped paying attention after that.
Yeah, me
Fair
too.
enough. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, the new EP is pretty good. You guys might check out those latest EPs. Yeah.
I like the first EP better.
I'm excited to see Clutch because I know they have a rabid following around the country.
You've never seen them?
Nope.
No. I saw them, last time I saw them was at the Rock on the Range in Columbus, Ohio. I was out there with Charm City Devils. I went with them to shoot photos and stuff. And that's what's one of my favorite stories is to talk about how, I had the backstage pass at this big festival. I got to be backstage at Motley Crue. But even cooler is me and one of the guys in the band went to it was like a dinner tent where they had a bunch of picnic tables set up and, everybody could go and just grab a little food from the catering. And I grabbed some food and went and sat down next to my friend. And this guy came along and sat down across from me with his food, and it was fucking Neil Fallon.
Wow.
Nice,
So I'm trying to eat my hot dog across from Neil Fallon without freaking out.
Or being
Would you
phallic
say
in any way.
would you
which
say
we
they're
have
the
to be very
biggest
careful
local
about
band?
that.
From around here, for sure.
Yeah.
Because they are kind of local from our area, so.
These guys are
I saw them last year with Mastodon. It's a good show.
You see
They're
these
just kind of
guys
a
are like,
straightforward rock band.
Clutch. They're bored. Just fucking move on.
No, I think they're laughing.
No. This is great. Galen has an interesting Clutch story.
Yeah, Galen, share your Clutch story with us.
No Clutch stories.
I don't know
What are you talking
about when Trapton played in Europe, and some dude was really psyched to see Clutch, right?
Oh yeah, Clutch. Yeah.
Yeah, share it.
Yeah, it's not.
I guess it's
not
a
much
bad
of a
story.
but I'm not a Clutch guy. I think I saw them open for Motorhead, and I left the room.
Well, here's what was
the
interesting.
honesty
I
from
thought
these
anyway.
guys.
The story was when you first told it is that this dude came up. He's like, "Oh yeah, I came here to see you guys. Trapped them American band and also Clutch."
Yeah.
And
Clutch.
and he's like, "What are you? What bands are you excited about?" And Galen's like, "Oh man, I can't wait to see Triptychon."
Mm-hmm.
And this dude was like, "Oh, who gives a fuck about Triptychon?"
That must have been Buke.
It must have been me.
Is that Hellfest in Denmark? Maybe
It was in Denmark.
Hey,
It wasn't Hellfest.
what is the biggest show Trap Them has played?
Probably those European fests. That was called Copenhagen in Copenhagen.
Copenhagen.
Oh, yeah.
I have to ask you, Galen,
but-
playing
but
those shows. There I go, step on you. when you play those shows in front of thousands of people, is it any different on stage being in that small nightclub with a couple people?
No, not really. The only difference with those things is everything's a little, well, at least in that situation, everything was like way more put together. We had plenty of time to set stuff up, and it was also weird because they made us wait backstage to we couldn't just go out there and do our own stuff. They were like, wait. So it's this sort of weird thing I'm not used to.
You'd ruin your presence.
Ruin the present. Coming out like they had someone introduce.
Oh, really? It's the guy from Trip. Hey, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to skip their set now. Did you? Was there a punchline to the Clutch story?
Well, I just thought it was interesting that somebody like a band like Triptychon in Europe is so
no one gives a shit.
passe to them. Like they don't.
And they want to see Clutch, who to me are, no offense to anyone, they're just to me like a shitty bar band.
Oh no, dude, yeah. George and I are.
I've got the podcast headline title. Fucking Infera Bruo hates Clutch.
Yes. There you go. Blabbermouth is seeing it tomorrow.
Some controversy.
Yeah.
Hey, George and I are massive. Well,
No,
Tom,
you know what though? The thing is though, guys, there's not enough honesty like that going around. So I really appreciate that. You don't need to be friends with everybody.
I thought you were going to go a different way with that story, and I have to tell you just a really short story of my brother, who was unfortunately since passed on, but he met Alice Cooper one time. He used to film golf tournaments, and he met Alice Cooper, and my brother was like the biggest Twisted Sister fan, and he goes up to Alice Cooper and he's like, "Hey man, I love your stuff and everything," and he's talking to Alice Cooper, and he's like, yeah, I remember when you guys did that thing with that song with Twisted Sister, you were on that. That was really cool and everything. And he just kept telling these stories like this. And finally Alice Cooper looks at my brother and he goes, "Are you really kind of more of a Twisted Sister fan?" Because he just kept asking Alice Cooper questions about Twisted Sister. Sort of reminds me, so I love that somebody came up to you and they were like, "Yeah, I don't give a shit about your band. I'm really excited about."
Gentlemen, your favorite band in the metal scene right now is?
You talking like current stuff?
No, anything.
Anything.
I don't know. Neutrino, what do you got?
It's hard to say because there's no one band I can say I'm really. It's more like records, I guess.
That's cool. What do you listen to right now? Well, actually, you know what? Save that.
Yeah, we're gonna have that later. I mean, one record that kind of blew my mind this year was kind of obscure. Pyramids. I don't know if you're familiar with those guys.
No.
You told me about them. I picked that up based on that recommendation.
Did you check that out?
I did. It's I'm still trying to figure it out.
It's very weird.
The music is cool. The vocals are a little rough. I mean, they're actually clean, but they're weird.
Very strange stuff. Yeah, but that's probably, I don't know, that's probably my number one for this year so far. I don't know, my tastes kind of shift. I was super obsessed with that French band Alceste for a while.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which has sort of faded since, ever since they put out that last record, which is not really metal anymore.
No, that's a good call. You want to throw anything in there?
I don't know. I mean, I listen to so much of the same. I don't know. This band, the Death Trip, little known band.
Never heard of them.
Yeah,
that's a little.
It's little. It's sort of Thorns-ish, if you know Thorns, another sort of obscure band. But yeah,
have you guys heard Tombs?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I love those Tombs. Fucking guys.
I saw them live, and they won me over for sure.
Yeah, we're Tombs fans. We're all Tombs fans. We interviewed him a while back.
Yep, I heard that one.
Okay.
Why don't we get into some news?
Where did this come from? It says this could be the last year of Mayhem Fest.
Yeah, apparently, I don't know, maybe Kerry King talking shit about it.
Oh, it's literally that comment.
I don't know. I just saw something that said that they're talking about it being the last year, possibly for money reasons.
People aren't going, I think, I heard.
Yeah, I heard the attendance is horrible.
And why would you go, by the way?
Yeah, it's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, I would have liked to have seen King Diamond, but we have a news story later that takes care of that one. So, whatever.
Actually, it kind of surprises me, though. I mean, isn't deathcore and all that shit still pretty big? And isn't new metal coming back and stuff?
Yeah, but I think they're mixing it up. Slayer headline this year, and I think you're either losing everybody in the afternoon or in the evening. You know what I mean? I don't think the metalcore guys like Slayer, and the Slayer guys don't like metalcore. So, and it's a bullshit thing anyway, right? They always have one good band that I'm I'll just wait till they come.
Yep.
and I could see them by themselves always, every year. So, but and I say, and maybe it's just run its course. Ozfest is not around anymore. And I think that's because people weren't coming.
Yeah, good riddance to it.
Also, agreed. Yeah, not sorry to see it go, mind you.
Phil Anselmo came out this week, again, was asked about a possible Pantera reunion. Phil was asked if it, again, will happen. Phil said what's been the constant holdup to this is Vinnie Paul.
Right.
Well, he came out and said that he respects Vinnie Paul's decision. If Vinnie Paul doesn't want to do it, then it's not going to happen.
And you know what?
So,
good. It wasn't going to be any good anyway, dude.
No, I beg to differ.
Okay.
If Vinnie Paul and Phil and Rex and let's say a Zach Wilde
I figured that's where you were
were
going to go.
on guitar, it would be fucking amazing. It would sell out. They could play major venues. Everybody wants to hear those songs again.
I also think Vinnie Paul's been kind of a dick about the whole thing.
I think he has too, but I will admit they've all been respective the whole time, saying if it's not Dimebag, it's not happening.
And I mean, even Phil came out and said he can't sing songs like Cemetery Gates anymore, so it wouldn't be very good.
That's true too. That is the thing.
Yeah, I feel like not even songs like that, but I don't know. How old is Phil these days? What is he like pushing?
He's late 40s, like 47 or so.
I'll look it up. I think he's actually 50.
Yeah, speaking of, I forget what podcast he's on. Oh, yeah, he was on Metal Sucks recently.
Yeah.
Metal Sucks podcast. And man, he sounds fucking wrecked.
Yeah, he's pretty old now.
Like he sounds like his voice is like a pebble in a tin can.
Yeah,
And not only that, like Pantera used to be such a high energy band. Can you really see Phil like really putting forth that kind of energy these days?
I don't think Phil can see it.
I don't think so. He's 47, by the way. So I just looked it up. But
that's what I said.
Yeah. Well, so maybe that has passed. You know what I mean? Maybe that just couldn't happen in any realistic way.
I could see maybe like a reunion show type thing, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. I'd buy that. Yeah.
Or maybe even like a short tour or something like that. But
We'd all pitch in and get you there, Buke.
But I have no problem somebody stepping in, filling in for Dime. I'm sorry, he was killed.
But you know what?
It's tragic, but
this is a very different thing. But it's a very different thing. So don't take this at face value. But there could not be a Led Zeppelin reunion without Jimmy Page. And honestly, Dime was a pretty important member of that band, dude.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And it's
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, he had such a huge vibe to him. His whole sound was so unique. Mm-hmm. It'd be really tough to replicate. I feel like it's just his whole energy was like the band, basically.
Unique, very unique.
So like Zach Wilde, I'm sure he could play the stuff, but it would
without a doubt,
it'd be so different.
And we'd have to listen to him do those damn squeals every 3 seconds.
I'm always trying to get Galen to do that shit, but he refuses.
I cannot listen to him for that very reason. I just can't. All right, I'm going to move us on to the next one here because I think it's a pretty cool story, which is Lamb of God new record hit number 2 on the Billboard charts. Debuted at number 2, I'm assuming, correct?
I believe so.
Yep.
Oh, damn. That's pretty good, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
We got some Lamb of God fans
I think they sold like 12 copies to get that, but it's about what it takes these days. But it's still cool. But
yeah, you're right.
Debut number 2 is still fucking awesome because all the press still references the Billboard charts.
I'm sure they skip over the metal albums. But I wonder what number 1 was. I didn't check.
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, I'll look it up in a little while.
All right. So on the last episode, I mentioned that there was some big King Diamond news coming down, and we speculated, and we're correct, that news is that on a forthcoming tour, they will be performing the entire Abigail album.
It's my favorite King Diamond album.
Yeah, I remember when we went to the Fillmore last year to see him come by. Buke was devastated that they did not play, what was it, Black Horseman?
Abigail.
Or something? Oh, was it an Abigail song?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I love the song, yep.
Well,
Are you guys fans?
I love
this. It's my favorite King Diamond
Sorry,
album.
he's not even talking to us. He's not talking to us.
That's my favorite one, too, with the exception of the 2 previous Merciful Fate records, which are my true favorites. But I thought it was not going to stop, man. Actually, he's got one record before that was not that great, Fatal Portrait.
I like that one.
but other than that, he was like, it's fine. It's just not as good as Abigail. But that was a great run. That's like 4 or 5 of my favorite records he's on, like from basically the first Merciful Fate through like them, you know?
Yep, definitely.
One of the great runs in metal. So I'm totally going to go to this show.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Assuming you're going to go too, guys.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
The voice of dissent.
Did you see him last time when they were in Worcester? King Diamond?
King Diamond? No,
Oh,
that's one of the.
unbelievable.
I'm not.
Galen's like, yeah,
I'm not huge on like the classic stuff. Unfortunately, I'm kind of ashamed of it.
You should be.
Yeah, Galen always gives me shit for that too. It's I don't know, man. Like for some reason, it's just some of that stuff just kind of bypassed me, and now that I have Spotify, I'm kind of using that as sort of like a research tool. You know, I'm going back and checking out a lot of the old school stuff, and I like a lot of it. You know, but it's not. I just didn't really grow up with it in my formative years.
No, and that matters, dude. That really does matter.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I know Buke isn't huge into like Motorhead, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And by, you mean not at all?
Yeah, to put it mildly.
It's kind of the same for me with some of this. You know, it's like especially King Diamond, man. Those vocals.
Yeah, you kind of had to be there. For what it's worth, that was kind of the extreme metal of the time. I mean, it really was.
Yeah.
I mean, Bathory was around then. There was a couple others, but he was this other extreme that was happening, and so it was kind of thrilling in that way. And then when it got through you and you really started to kind of dig it and understand it, and it was just like addictive, you know.
I get that. Yeah, there's a really good podcast called the Requiem Podcast. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I don't think it's around anymore. Yeah, but they did sort of like one-off episodes about, like they'll just do a whole episode about a band or maybe even just like a record,
Right
you know.
on.
And so that's a really good sort of resource for some of these older bands. And I just listened to one about Merciful Fate, and they were kind of, you know, going into the history of it, kind of like you were just now, Jay, you know, and like I sort of started to get it, you know. There's like sort of like moments of understanding for me. So I'm getting better.
Even if you don't like King Diamond, you got to go back and do the Merciful Fate thing.
Yeah. That's the thing, the riffs and stuff.
The first time I heard Melissa, it like scared me. Literally, I was a little kid.
Nice. I missed that.
Yeah, and it couldn't scare you now, secondarily. But those two records, Don't Break the Oath and Melissa, I'll probably said this on a million of our pods. I just think they're just as important as Number of the Beast or any of the other ones from the 80s. I really think so. They're that good. Yeah.
So apparently, even Wacken loses money most years. If Wacken can't make money, can metal survive? You know, it's like the biggest metal festival around, as far as I know. And if they're losing money, what the fuck?
Actually, I have an answer for that. I just came up with it just now.
Okay.
And I sound kind of silly, but it will survive. But really, what won't survive is individual bands will not last as long as they used to, because you can't make. And it's not about making a living. I know our guests don't ever expect to make a living. With all due respect, I'm sure, right? I mean, guys, you're probably not going to buy a house, and
Ever.
so I think maybe musicians in a way can't survive, so to speak, if you use it in the sort of pay your bills sort of sense.
Yep.
But there'll always be enough people coming in and out of the meat grinder to be a lot of cool new bands always. You know, it's always going to be around.
Yeah, people are going to want to make music. I agree with that. No matter what, people are going to make music. Whether or not they're successful at it, like monetarily, is different.
And almost impossible these days, even for non-metal bands. But I am shocked to hear that doesn't make money every year, George.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
100,000
that's crazy.
people, you would think at, what is it, like 50, 60 euro a day,
That's crazy. Yeah.
you'd think that would make money.
Oh, you would, dude. Yeah, it's like the Bay Bridge. 200,000 people a day go across the Bay Bridge here, and they can't make money. You know what I mean? And
I was
$6 bucks a car.
I was reading in that article. Apparently, they don't really have a lot of sponsors, so I think that has.
Oh, is that
something to do
right?
with it. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a purposeful thing. You know, they kind of try to keep the corporate element out. But yeah, it's strange, man. Especially because it's like out in the middle of nowhere. You know,
Well,
how much
Go
can it cost for to
Yeah.
put something in a field? You know,
Well, a lot of it's paying
Well,
the big bands,
for
too.
the bands. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, what do you wager they're paying the headliners?
Oh God, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Obviously too
Otherwise, I
much.
don't know. Certain bands probably, it probably depends who it is, but like, yeah, I'm sure there are certain bands that break their bank.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
I mean, I know like Slayer, usually gets like 20 grand. Although that was a while ago when I heard that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think it's got any better though. I was really surprised. Recently, I was reading an interview with Bill Ward, who was talking about why he wasn't with Sabbath and all this. And one of the things Bill complained about was they had done some festivals, and he thought they should be making more than the like $25,000 they were being paid for those shows. And that was Sabbath. Reunion Sabbath was not getting. I mean, Ozfest, I'm sure they got tons of money, but still. So I don't think they are paying them that much.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know George and I talked a little online about MDF. You know, it's kind of a similar thing. I don't understand how the financials of that fest work as well.
Yeah,
I can't conceive of how they continue to operate. I mean, there can't be more than, how many people you think were there, Buke? Like 5,000, maybe?
If
maybe not even that.
Not even that, George.
And
maybe 2 or 3.
can they even be paying half those bands enough money to fly here?
Oh, well, that was what we were speculating on. Was like Venom coming over. How much does it cost for them to fly over here? And I mean, I would assume they're not bringing gear; that they're getting gear here, so they're not having to haul all of that. But
George, that parking lot was not even a third full.
no,
Yeah,
well,
so-
you mean the parking lot where the stages were?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, it was a decent amount of people, but it wasn't festival.
Those tickets are pretty expensive, though, aren't
Yeah.
they? Isn't it like $200 a pop?
That was a 180 for 3 days, I think.
And in the Edison lot, though.
And that was
Not
like the
covering the other
early-
venues.
Right, but
That-
those
that's
places
also-
are so small that
Yeah,
Like 50,
overhead.
100 people.
they're not going to make
yeah.
that much anyway.
And plus, overhead is probably pretty low for like a parking lot in the middle of Baltimore. You know,
Right, but it
You
was.
kind of brought it down there. That was good. Yeah, well, it'd be fun to go to the last one next year.
Well,
I hope not, man. It's-
No, me too. Me
I want
too.
to try to make it out this time.
for the sake
I
of
hope-
argument,
I hope you do. I'm coming.
For the sake of argument, let's say there were 5,000 people, and each of those 5,000 people paid $60 a day for the Edison lot.
Holy shit, this
So
is going
that's-
to get ugly. You know we don't have a math guy, George. Where are you going with this?
See, 5,000 times 60.
You put yourself in this
what-
box.
That's okay. I got it.
Yeah, I already fucked that up because I was thinking it was 30,000. That's actually 300,000, isn't it?
300,000. Okay.
So that's a budget.
But yeah, that's not as bad as I was thinking it was.
And they really didn't have that many vendors and stuff that they probably had to pay out to.
Well, yeah, it was funny because the bands didn't have merch booths really. I mean,
None.
Tombs said they did, but I never saw it.
It was all like they were piggybacking off of other vendors that had set up stuff.
Yeah, the labels were there, and there were just like people selling albums and T-shirts and stuff, but there weren't like band tables where you go, oh, okay, I'm going to get the...
This is a Tombs table.
Right, or
This
this
is a Blood Red Throne table.
right, and so we never saw any
Thanks
of
for
that.
giving us 2 examples. That was helpful. Good man, Buke. Well, all right, okay.
Yeah, it could. I don't know. Another thing I thought maybe some of these things could be funded. Like maybe one of the dudes that puts it on might be sitting on a trust fund or something.
It really could, dude.
You know, like there's some shows in New York like that. Like, are you guys familiar with the band Virus?
Nope.
It's kind of a like avant-garde
Nope.
Norwegian black metal.
It's definitely not black metal.
It's not black
It comes
metal.
from the
It's-
scene.
Yeah, but there's this dude in New York who put on a show with them, and he basically just like
Spent all his personal money, right?
yeah, he spent everything out of pocket. You know, like he probably lost like $3,000 on it. You know, so sometimes like if it's passionate dudes with some money, maybe they'll just lose it. You know.
There's a guy here in the Bay Area who every year puts on a really famous bluegrass festival, and it's like everybody comes from like Emmylou Harris to Elvis Costello. It's huge. It's huge. It's in the park. It's for a full 2 days, and this guy pays for the whole thing. It's free.
Wow.
It's free to anybody who wants to come.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, he's one of the .com guys. Actually, he just died, but he was like one of the .com Microsoft bullshit guys. So I think you're right. You know, or like Spicoli on Fast Times, who took his reward money and had Van Halen played at his birthday party. Remember that?
Or Bam Margera had Slayer play at his fucking birthday or
Yeah.
something.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
For like him and his 50 friends, that's pretty sick.
That's totally cool, man.
Yeah. So Corey Taylor says that younger metal fans don't care about the roots of metal. Now, I'm not putting a lot of stock in what Corey Taylor has to say, but I thought it was an interesting conversation to have because, like, on the last episode, the guys from Perihelion they were younger guys.
They made us feel old.
Yeah, they were really young. And it's interesting to see. I mean, they actually had a pretty decent repertoire of older metal.
Sort of. Dude, they were a little bit
particularly
like
Anch. Brandon, not as much. But I can see where he's coming from with this. That the kids today are like, "Bring Me the Horizon is awesome. Black Sabbath is stupid." And
It's
that makes me
just
sad.
It's just weirder to hear like those kids we had last week, and they're very nice guys, really talented. But it was just interesting to hear them. Like you could tell they'd sort of read about it. You know what I mean? And obviously they listen to some. And that just makes. And all I'm saying is that makes me feel old. Like, but I want to hear what Galen and Neutrino have to say about this because first of all, they cast some glances at each other, and I think we have two different experiences over there. So I'd like to hear what.
I don't really care what that guy has to say much either, but I did listen to that little blurb, and I don't know if it's necessarily it's sort of sad and tragic. I agree with him on that, but I don't know if it's necessarily an age or generational thing because I don't know. Like I'll talk shit on Neutrino since I'm right in front of him, but I know that he already said there's a lot of stuff he is now re-exploring, going backwards and getting into it.
Yeah, but it took me until age 36. And that's pretty tragic.
Right. And for me, all the root stuff is very, very important,
But I'm gonna defend you, Neutrino, a little bit and say that you made a really good point, dude, which you didn't. There's a difference between growing up with it. I mean, like some of it was more relevant, and it's still extremely relevant to those of us who were there when it happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I mean, believe me, when you heard the Scorpions Blackout, like right now that sounds like a pop record, but at the time you're like, this is fucking metal, man. You know what I mean?
I get that.
So,
I get that. I mean, I was into I worshipped Black Sabbath since the beginning.
Yeah, and the other thing is the fact that you are willing to go back and you're like, all right, well, what's the big deal? With this.
Just back then, you're just kind of stupid and closed-minded, and especially like the whole black metal thing kind of like swept over me, and I was like, black metal or nothing, and so it was really easy to be dismissive, and I regret that because like I can tell that there's a lot of significance to the old stuff, and so I'm trying my best, Galen.
Galen, if there was one thing you thought he should appreciate, really, like something that's like a real cornerstone in your growth and the things you loved or love.
Old Judas.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Old Judas Priest.
I was going to say,
stay in class.
Galen,
absolutely. Yep, between that and Sin After Sin, those are the two for me.
Cool.
Well, Galen was also kind of lucky because he was an older bro.
I had an older brother who put a lot of this stuff on me, which is awesome.
Yeah,
and not everybody has that.
What's that?
Not everybody has that. Yeah. And you can't blame these kids, I guess. If they just don't care and they don't get it, then...
Yeah.
I have a 1-year-old daughter, and it's a constant assault of metal to her all the time.
Nice.
And she's going to hate it. Because she's going to be like, this is what my dad listened to constantly. I'm going to listen to something else.
She won't have a choice.
She will. She's going to rebel. You watch.
But then the rebellion, they come back. That's the thing.
Yes. They all come back home in the end.
Whoa. Aw, kitty.
Oh, see, these guys had a black metal cat. Jay, get that fucking poser cat out of here.
That's Sugar, man. She's our family.
She's got corpse paint, bro. Can't you see?
Yeah. Thank you. Well played, dude. She's chewing on my microphone wire. Okay. So if I cut out here at any time, I apologize.
But the whole Corey Taylor thing, I don't know. Like, a part of it kind of makes me feel old too, because I feel like just complaining about stuff like that is kind of like an old grumpy man thing. It's like, fucking kids these days,
But honestly, they really should be listening to it. I mean, you can take the point of view at, well, this is 40 years before their time or 30 years before their time, and but when I came up in metal, I mean, granted, I've been around and seen a great majority of metal's history, but I didn't get into metal until the early 80s. And so, like Black Sabbath and anything from the 70s, that was all discovery for me. That was, I had to go back and find it and discover the roots. And I don't know, I feel, but I don't think that they have to do this, but I think they're doing themselves a disservice if they don't.
But kids who are listening to like jazz today, are they giving like Muddy Waters credit?
Well,
Lead Belly credit for their
Lead Belly and Muddy Waters aren't jazz, they're blues.
That's what I meant. Are they giving them credit for their early?
Probably.
Or are they saying, "Oh, that sounds like shit"?
I would
Kids-
guess that they are.
Kids listen to jazz.
I'm
Helium does.
blues.
Yeah, our guests last week actually were a really talented metal group. If you guys listened, and they were
It hasn't
both
posted
playing
yet.
jazz bands on the side.
It has a yeah.
What's
But
what's the band name?
Perihelion.
Perihelion. Real talented kind of technical death stuff from their area, Maryland.
Nice.
Yeah, they were in the studio. They came in.
Cool.
All right, I'm moving us on.
But George, do you think it
Okay,
gets to
I'm
a
not.
point when you're like, it's just old, just I'm not going to listen to it just because it's old?
I believe
Yeah.
that's the case. And I think,
I do.
like I said, I think they're doing themselves a disservice and just being snarky because they're young and stupid.
You know what? I think another element maybe that I think affected me was like production value.
Yep.
Because I feel like when you're exposed to something that's like produced the way it is these days, you know, like some of this like deathcore shit, it's just like, you know, scooped, crazy, compressed, and like straight in your
point.
face. And then you go and listen to something like Motorhead, it just sounds pussy, you know?
But dude, you know what? You could say the same thing with black metal. I mean, how many kids who are
Yep.
really getting into you guys right now are really going to really understand Dark Throne? The first ones, Transylvania,
Right,
Hunger,
right.
so on and so
Yeah.
forth. And I would wager they wouldn't. I think a lot of those guys would just be like, it's just like my grandpa music or something, dude. You know,
Well,
like,
yeah,
really.
I'm sure like, you know, 90% of people who are really into Death Heaven have probably never heard Dark Throne.
Yes. Well,
That's a great point,
That's
guys.
easy. Yeah.
I saw an interesting conversation on Facebook earlier today with a band, and one of the guys in the band was saying that he was wondering if his band was going to suffer based on the fact that they don't use backing tracks live, because so many of the bands, particularly the metalcore, deathcore bands, use backing tracks that the kids out there today expect a certain sound in a show, and these bands using the backing tracks, their show sounds better because of all the tape that's rolling, and that a band that is not using tracks is going to sound not as good to them.
Interesting.
And I was like, that's a good point, because, I mean, you know, if you have various sound effects that you have to roll on tape but you can't do because you're a 4-piece band in a bar, I get it.
It's a great point.
But, you know, there's a certain point where you should be playing it and not taping it. But
Yes, I'd say that. Yeah, I have a pretty strong stance anti backing track. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that shit is garbage.
Yeah.
And you can tell the difference. Even if it sounds good production wise, it sounds more like an album. Doesn't necessarily sound like a live band.
Which
Right.
is not cool.
and so
you grew up
when a band sounds like a live band, the kids are going to go, oh, that's terrible.
But I see you, Galen,
No.
again, I think that's an age thing. You grew up in a time where I would say you and George and I in particular, and I know Buke actually loves live records. There's something I used to love to get a live record because I want to know how different it was going to be and what they
Yeah.
did or where they even screwed up or whatever.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and I think
Absolutely.
people are missing that. People are missing that these days.
Absolutely. I saw Dimmu Borgir a couple years ago because I was going to see the opening band, and it was 50, possibly more than 50% backing tracks coming out of the speaker. I mean, there was the guys doing stuff on stage were doing very little actual music being played.
Actually, I just saw
bummed me out.
I saw
That's-
Corpaclani recently, and they were the same way. I'm not into them. I actually went to see Trollfest, who are awesome.
But you know,
but Corpaclani was the same way.
when you see a band with so many backing tracks like that, how many people, though, do you think take a step back and think to themselves, what am I really seeing here?
Right.
Honestly,
Not
not many.
enough.
'Cause those people
Exactly.
like- but you know what? Those people all like Sugar anyway. Like seriously, they just came out
Yep.
for the saccharine weird bullshit thing. Like I like Dimmu Borgir. I don't even know how to pronounce that. Like that's a band I don't particularly care for. I don't consider them like a really. I don't know. I just they're pretty corporate in a weird sort of way.
That's true.
Yeah, yeah.
Except for Stormblast.
Actually, which is great. By the way, I couldn't agree more. That's a great
Yeah,
record.
yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like another thing, maybe these kids don't even realize that there are backing tracks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing. Yeah.
That's a
You know,
great point.
Ignorance
too.
is bliss.
Yep.
That's a good point.
That is a good point too.
Yeah.
Wow,
Thank
so
you.
many good
Thanks,
points.
guys.
Let's call this the Good Point Podcast. Good point.
All
Georgie
right,
boy.
moving on. I heard a trailer for the new Graveyard album, and has anybody else heard this yet?
No, sir. But
Nope.
it's been a while. When was their last record, dude?
It was a couple years ago. I think it was Lights
while.
Out was the last one.
Okay.
And I really kind of dug their last couple albums. They were kind of a Led Zeppelin-y, blues rocky kind of thing. But I got to tell you, much like the new Sword album, the Graveyard trailer did not sit well with me.
By the way, I read every review I've read of the Sword record, loves it. I know. No, I mean, based on the track they released, I'm not into it.
Yeah, so I'm not as excited about the new Graveyard album as I was, unfortunately.
Is the Sword record out?
Nah, I believe it's one of the albums coming out in the next 3 weeks of.
I think it is too. Yeah.
Of like mass releases.
Yeah, the big dump of records coming out.
Yeah, and none of us are running out to get it. But I did hear. I don't think that track necessarily represents the record, but I'm not. Whatever. I didn't care for the song.
Yeah.
Moving on.
I did hear that I was on the radio actually on XM radio yesterday. Somebody said that Scott Ian said that the new Anthrax album, should be probably released in early 2016. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm pretty excited about that.
I am, only because for the first time in like 20 years, I can say the last one was really good.
Warsick music was great. George and I loved it.
Yeah,
It was great. Did you guys hear it?
I haven't actually heard it. I like
great.
Anthrax. I love seeing them live. I haven't listened to anything.
Dude,
recently.
it's actually, I would argue that it is on par with and could be better than Among the Living. It's really good, dude.
All right.
Yeah, it's a great record.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked.
No offense to John Bush, but the John Bush era was not to my liking.
Yeah.
And when Joey Belladonna came back to the band, I mean, I was a giddy little schoolgirl running around, piddling on the carpet because I was so excited. and you know, and when the album finally came out, it lived up to I couldn't anything that I could have dreamed of. It was so good.
Seeing them live, they were
really
amazing.
Yep, they've always. I've seen them. I saw them State of Euphoria. I saw them on Persistence of Time, and now with this one, and fucking killed it.
That's true story, Galen. You really, if you're at all into those old records, pick it up. It's
right, I'll check it out.
It's like they picked up after Among the Living and just said, let's make another good one.
Nice. Yeah, they rip. I mean, they still rip live. I saw them recently, and they were awesome. So.
Yeah, cool.
All right, so the new Ghost album is going to be out in a couple of weeks, but to tide us over, they released another new song called Majestic, and I was just texting with Buke and Jay earlier how I said, like, listening to it, the intro of the song reminded me of Deep Purple.
And anything in particular? Because I haven't heard it yet. Like what?
Well, there was like, organ/keyboard with some very like 70s guitar riffing.
Okay.
And I was like, yeah, I dug it. I mean, I didn't get all the way through the song before we had to start today, but it was pretty good. I think they've recovered from their sophomore slump. Most people didn't really like that second album very much.
I maybe listened to it twice, dude. Maybe.
Yeah, I think
are you
once
guys
or twice.
Ghost fans?
I like the first record. I don't like the second one.
Exactly.
I think there are a few good songs off it, but that's about it.
I think they tried to get a little too fancy on the second record, and it just lost the whole chemistry and spirit of it. And they've definitely learned from that, because this new album, Meliora, is what should have been their second album, I think.
Wait.
Based on what I've heard.
I feel like what was that, Buke?
Meliora.
Sorry. I just love that you actually gave George the pronunciation. Let me help you out with that,
buddy. Thanks.
Well, we're all excited. I haven't heard it yet, George, so that'll probably be something I'm doing shortly after the pod to check that track.
Excellent.
The other ones, as we all agreed, that the other ones so far have been really good.
Yeah.
The track I heard sounded almost kind of like more like industrial or like techno-ish.
What?
No, maybe I heard something weird.
You might have. It's more metal. That's more metal than either of the first two records were. A couple.
It's not like the production.
I think it was. No, it's pretty old school.
Oh, okay. I must have heard something weird.
One last news item that I think is going to cause a lot of debate, or at least we're going to talk about it a bit. Spotify recently released an item online that listed the top 25 metal genres on Spotify.
First of all, 25 genres. Jesus Christ.
Well, there are quite a few subgenres, but looking through their list, like the top 10, okay, we're going to have to read through some of these. Their number one is alternative metal. Okay, fuck that one. Number two, new metal. Double fuck that one. Number 3, hard rock. Not metal. Okay. Number 4, groove metal. I like a couple of groove metal bands. I mean, I'd like consider Pantera a groove metal band.
But I think we're way too far down on this list for me to even get excited about it, dude, because you haven't mentioned anything I give a shit about.
Exactly. Number 5, rap metal. What the fuck is... Ugh. Number 6, funk metal.
Yeah, Limp Bizkit, stuff like that.
Funk metal. That's what these guys are. Just slapping the bass.
Yeah. Number 7, metal.
That's 7, huh? Wow.
That's where you get your
subgenre.
Iron Maidens and stuff. Number 8, metalcore. Okay, fuck you. Number 9, wait, it's an actual metal subgenre. Speed metal.
There we go.
Not real current,
But that's
but
probably Metallica.
it's stuff like that. Actually, it's King Diamond, which I wouldn't call King Diamond speed metal.
No.
No, you would not.
And number 10, just to split hairs, melodic metalcore. Okay.
Hey, are you guys on Spotify?
There's
fully.
like a couple tracks up there, but
Well,
not completely.
Wait a minute. No.
Reversing Tides is up there.
Well, you just put up Desolate.
Desolate's up there, yeah.
Yeah,
but I'm thinking
our
about taking
record
it down.
before this one, that one's up there. And we're still kind of debating what to do with the new one. We're still very much on the fence about Spotify. So
What do you distribute? What do you distribute through?
Bandcamp digitally, yeah.
What about Spotify? Like who collects your money for you?
TuneCore.
TuneCore. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of your? Have you ever seen one of your Spotify? Well,
Checks.
we're on it. Yeah. Well, it's like
No.
It's like 0.00006 cents.
Yeah, no, I haven't got that. haven't got one of those yet, but I'm thinking about pulling it anyway, just because I don't know if it's worth it really.
Yeah.
It's not. You know.
Yeah,
it's
people
unless you-
people can find us other ways. So
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go through the whole entire top 25, but the top 10 was bullshit.
yeah,
Well,
I mean, okay, power metal comes in at 13, death metal at 14, and thrash metal at 15.
There's no black metal.
There's
on this
no
notes.
black metal
No
on
black
the entire list. So I call bullshit.
You know
Sounds
what?
like a
Especially
bootleg.
since I've listened to black metal on Spotify, so I know somebody's doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, apparently not enough. Because
Well, it also-
the melodic...
It also makes me. Go ahead.
So I was going to say the melodic metalcore is kicking its ass.
Well, that's the thing. I was gonna say it makes me question that other headline that came out recently.
Yeah.
That metal fans are the most
The most
loyal.
loyal. Yep.
But
Yeah.
like, are they're counting hard rock and fucking new
Rap metal and...
Who gives
Yeah.
a shit?
Yeah.
Now we're all a little ashamed about that previous story. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, number 22 is German metal.
Well, why did they just put Scorpions?
Every week I hit you guys with a new rap metal album. Nobody gives me any credit.
I didn't realize German metal was an actual subgenre. So American metal.
Manowar would like it to be.
I mean, I guess Norwegian black metal might be considered as a subgenre,
I would
but
say, but still, yeah, that's crazy, dude.
That's
You know
messed
what?
up.
Yeah, that doesn't make you feel good about the world.
no, or Spotify. All right, we're going to move on to new releases. Or, as the case is this week, new release.
Shortest list ever.
Yeah, I think this is sort of the drought before the deluge, because the next couple of weeks, just a ton of albums are coming out. Iron Maiden and Ahab and fucking, I don't have the list in front of me, but there's got to be at least like 10 good big albums. Amorphous is coming out, all kinds of good stuff. But this
Buke
week,
is coming out.
what's that?
Buke is coming out.
Oh, you heard it first. Butte
Out of the
loves
closet.
the cock.
He came out. Woohoo!
All right. So our lone new release this week is Soulfly's Archangel. Any fans?
I've been a fan of Soulfly since they debuted. When Max started this own side project band, I've liked the sound they've had. I'm not super excited for this. I've heard a couple tracks off it when we got it.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, but it's
It's just okay.
Soulfly.
Yeah, there you go. It's kind of, it's not exciting. You know, it's okay.
I was a big Sepultura fan before Max left. And then when he did Soulfly, I was like, what kind of stupid name is that?
I'm
And
sorry, but their self-titled album that Soulfly did, I fucking loved.
I didn't listen to it until recently because I was like, that is such a stupid name. This has got to be a one-off thing, and it just never went away. So
You guys,
Look at these guys, Galen and them were like, "Pfft."
Sepultura for sure.
I like
old school.
Sepultura up to Chaos AD. And
Yeah.
everything after
I like
that,
Roots.
he's been
I
involved
was
in
into
this.
Roots. I thought it was pretty awesome back in the day.
Well,
Galen hates it because he thinks it spawned new metal.
Yeah, they create.
oh, well, that's a good
Oh,
argument. Actually.
they are the
A lot of bands have cited that actually.
Yeah, that's a good argument to be made there.
I saw them on the Roots tour, and I liked Chaos AD a lot better than Roots.
Oh, yeah, for
Sepultura is the John Connor of the whole spawning the Terminators.
So we have to go back in time and kill Max.
Yes,
I think so.
yes.
just when they finish producing, right when the album gets printed, Chaos AD,
Yep.
then we go back to
You're done.
I got to say though, when we saw them, it was actually like on the very first Ozfest before
Yes.
it was Ozfest.
Yes, with Soulfly. Remember they had like one of the last.
No, it was Ozzy, Sepultura, Danzig.
No, it was Soulfly.
No, it was not Soulfly.
We saw Soulfly on the second stage.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in Michigan when I saw Sepultura on the Roots tour.
I didn't know you then.
You didn't know me then. You were still probably in grade school when I went to that show. And like I said, I prefer Chaos AD over Roots, but they brought out all the dudes with all the crazy Brazilian drums and stuff on stage, and that was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
I
no,
like
Roots is
that
good.
stuff.
There's nothing wrong with Roots. I don't mind it. But I mean, Chaos CD is just like, if you were really into them, it was just when they kind of turned a corner where you were sort of like, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, which it was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
And I don't really understand what like the dynamics are. Like Sepultura is still around, right?
Yeah, there's like
Florida, yeah.
Andreas Kisser's like the only member left.
But they
Igor's
made-
not in it anymore.
Who?
Yeah.
I think so.
Because I was wondering, because I know Max and Igor do that Cavalera conspiracy thing.
Yeah, they made
after
up.
he left.
So so I thought that was weird if they're doing that, but Max isn't in it. But whatever, who cares?
There's
No,
no
it is weird. You're
Cavaleras in
right. It's
Sepultura
totally
anymore.
Yeah,
It's a weird mix, dude.
Max
Totally.
is still on drums, isn't he?
Igor.
Max? You mean Igor?
Igor is still on drums.
No, he's not. There's no Cavaleras in Sepultura.
Okay, completely off, not topic completely,
What?
but I saw, by the way, Max Cavalera. Did you see him on the metal show last year, George? Or I think it was maybe a few months ago.
Yeah, I saw that.
By the way, nicest guy. Nicest
yeah.
guy in the world. Seems like
Yeah,
a
he is.
super sweet, cool dude.
He's
Yeah.
a good dude.
Just
he
throw
was
that out.
he was on Josta's thing too. He was good. on
Oh,
that.
was he?
Yeah.
He just seems like such a fun guy. He seems like he'd be a lot of fun to hang out with. Totally humble.
He's a mushroom.
know.
He's a fun guy.
Yeah. Woo, getting late.
Indeed. All right. Why don't we get into our top 3 this week?
What's your topic? What's your topic? What's your this week?
This is brutal, dude. Did you guys bring a top 3?
He's
Holy fuck.
Neutrino
This was so
actually
hard.
suggested
Really
the topic
hard.
this week.
This one's
tough,
too hard.
yeah.
It was really hard.
I have 5. So
I have 4 because I could not. Okay.
I have 4. I'm being really general in mine because it's like, okay, this is the band and like these 5.
Yeah. That's,
did we say what it is yet? The topic?
It is the top 3 album covers.
And so traditionally we'll start, this seems to be our tradition, we'll start with you guys, then we come to me, then we finish with the old school boys. So start with one of you guys. And if you really have 5, then you need to get yourself all the way up to 3 if you don't mind. So let's hear everything you got up through 3.
Yeah,
All right.
and
We'll call them your honorable mentions or your 4s and 5s.
right.
I don't.
but-
I really don't have them like no particular order. You know?
Okay. That's-
Do you have 1 through 3 in order though?
No.
That's okay.
Well, you're gonna have, but you're gonna
All
have
right, I'll
to
pick
say,
it.
'cause you know-
say them in an order. But
Yeah, because we'll like do one from somebody, and then
okay.
it's like a round robin kind of thing.
we
You'll
start
do
with-
one, then Galen will do one, then Jay will do one, and we just go around until we
But if
spiral
you
down
have
to
5,
one.
we need to hear 5, 4, and 3 right now. We want to hear your honorable
Okay.
mentions.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So honorable mentions, I'll say Guard 666 International.
No,
Oh, George, go over. If you were there, George would hug you, dude.
I mean, see, mine are, I feel, very subjective. So I didn't really go for like, what's objectively the coolest album record or album cover ever. It's like it has to do a lot with what I feel about that record.
What pulls
you know?
on your heartstrings?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So I mean, like this one, it's just so weird and abstract, and it matches the music so well, and it's not really even clear what you're looking at. It's almost like some weird, like futuristic warehouse with like, I don't know, but then there's like a pool of blood in the middle of it. It's like going down some mysterious fucking drain. I don't know. It's just always struck me as very, very, very strange. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. That's
Yeah.
a great choice.
What's 4 and 3?
Along with 4, I'll go with. Let's go with Oliver Bergtat.
Okay.
That's their first full length, I guess.
Yeah, it's
right?
like the original mountain scenery.
Yeah. And it's like a painting, so it's just, I don't know. Again, like it fits so well with the music, and it was so weird seeing albums like that back in the day, that had like just such simplistic, like nature,
Natural.
Yeah, so that one really stuck with me. And number 3, I'll go with. Let's go with Testament. Practice what you preach.
Oh, that one snuck in there. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a weird one too. Again,
It is a weird one, yeah.
the colors of it, and just like those 5 figures standing in the middle of the desert. Yeah, like I don't know. I just thought it was so cool back in the day.
Yeah, I agree. Every time I see that, I'm like, it just draws you in.
Their last 2 covers have been kind of cool too, by the way.
Yeah,
That's true. Dark
Yeah.
Roots of the Earth. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then Galen, what you got?
All right, 3 for me would be actually Sepultura, Beneath the Remains.
Cool.
Nice.
Just between that and Arise, but that artist Michael Whelan is awesome
It's a good choice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
stuff in there.
All right, my honorable mention is a cover I really like, and it was a record that got me into this band, and then I had to go back and discover them, and it's Motorhead's Orgasmatron. I think it's super
I
cool.
love that.
I was just reading about that that
good.
cover in that book, that Injustice for Art.
Oh, cool. You're going to have to tell me about it because I didn't actually read that. Well, in any case, now I'll go on to my actual number 3. My number 1 and 2 are pretty old school, but I honestly thought Mastodon Leviathan had an amazing record cover.
Yes, it did.
That is good.
So
that's true.
beautiful. So there you go. That's my number 3.
All right, Buke.
My number 3, it's an old school one. It's a band that makes the rainbow look badass. This is Rainbow Rising. That fucking
Very good
fist holding that rainbow over that mountaintop
That's good.
Good one.
fucking looks amazing.
We were just talking about that on the last, or actually it's 2 episodes
George,
ago.
I always talk about that album.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was interesting that it's the same guy that does the Manowar art.
That's right. We were talking about that.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Kelly something.
so much better than the first cover too. By the way.
Yes, it's just you know what? I keep seeing this album art and I see it on shirts and I'm like, I have to fucking get that shirt.
The first Rainbow album looked like it came off of like Electric Company or Sesame Street or something.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Yeah.
Do you have that on vinyl so you can stare at it?
I have it. And you know what? It was probably the biggest disappointment I've had on vinyl so far. I was expecting this majestic, amazing sound, and
Buy the reissue, dude. I've got the reissue. It is great.
yeah, the original first pressing is not that.
No, fuck that. That was right when they were making kind of bad, literally quality records.
Yeah,
you need to get that 180 gram. It's not expensive, dude. It's like maybe $17 for
Okay.
the
Oh
180.
wow, that's a lot cheaper than I expected. Yeah, the original is not that good.
Yeah, pick it up, Georgie boy.
All right. My honorable mention started the day as number 2 and dropped down to number 4 when I did a little bit of thinking. And that would be Cathedral, the Carnival Bazaar.
Oh, dude, that's a great choice.
I love that one. I actually have a poster of the full album art hanging in the bar, and it's just so cool. It's like a metal Where's Waldo, you know. There's just so much going on in there that it's really cool.
Awesome, dude.
My number 3 is I couldn't decide between the 2, but it's Merciful Fate, and I'm leaning towards Don't Break the Oath, but Melissa's pretty damn good too. So it's
Hey,
a
would
twofer.
you? Can you give him a hand job for me, Buke?
Yeah.
Those are killer covers.
Yeah.
Super killer covers, and I considered them but didn't pick them.
Yeah, that Don't Break the Oath. I mean, when I was
That one's awesome.
in high school in the 80s, that just, it sucked me in. I was like, look at that. He's like, we want you
So
for the
good.
Metal Army. So
good. Awesome.
all right, number 2, Neutrino.
All right, I'll go with Eld by Enslaved.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, again, one that like kind of threw me for a loop back in the day because it's just what the fuck's his face?
Girdle.
Yeah, just sitting on that throne with his, Viking garb and the colors. It's just awesome.
Little known fact that is actually Wit from yesterday's Saints.
Oh yeah, you mentioned he looks like him.
Oh yeah, but he looks like a Viking on that cover too, doesn't he, man? He looks like the god of the North.
That is such a badass cover.
Of all the dudes in that band, he actually looks like a Viking.
He does, yeah. Still,
Ivar does, but an overfed Viking. All right, Galen, number 2.
All right. I'm going with Danzig, How the Gods Kill.
That's a
I'm a big fan of Giger.
A Giger,
yeah.
so you could have gone also with
Celtic Frost.
yeah,
Celtic
What's
Frost.
and the Celtic Frost reunion. Did you know he actually? You should read the book by that Tom Warrior wrote. He talks about he bought the cover for in To Megatherion. Mm-hmm. He gave him that cover actually when they were still Hellhammer, and they held onto it for a few years because they wanted to. And he heard Hellhammer and he was like, "Yeah, I'll give you." It's the coolest story. That's a great book if you haven't read it yet.
Yeah, I haven't.
All right, that brings us to my number 2, or my number 1. Where are we at here?
You're
Number
2.
two.
My number 2. All right. I mean, one of us had to say this, and George might do the same. But that first Black Sabbath record has what was a very scary cover
That was
for that
almost
time. Yeah,
I considered it. I
actually expected you to
For
have
5
it.
seconds.
It's
I gave it some thought.
Yeah,
it's iconic, and even in this internet world, people like now are sort of like, who was that girl? And they like don't even know who the girl was. I mean, she was just a model or something. But like, the story is real shaky even to this day. She's a ghost. It's a great cover.
They talk about it in the Injustice for Art and how she was a model.
But did they talk about how they don't know who she was or anything that they can't?
I don't think they knew the name, but there was a story about her like coming up to the band at some point afterwards and talking to him and stuff. But I don't remember.
Duke, number 2.
I'm going to be by myself on this one, but being a tabletop gamer, I fucking love this art. I've loved all that this band has done.
Oh, it's Bolt Thrower, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I'm going to cut that out. I just wanted
No, can you keep that in? Bolt Thrower, Realm of Chaos.
yeah, that's some good
Just
stuff.
the Space Marines all piled up in like a triangle formation, firing their blasters, their bolt throwers. It's awesome.
Do you play, Buke? Do you play?
I'm a Warhammer player. Yep.
I used to play. I had 2 armies. I had a Warhammer and 40K.
Yeah, I have a dwarf fantasy army and I have a chaos 40K army.
Nice. I had orcs and I had Space Marines.
Nice.
Awesome, dude.
You know, Space Marines account for 2/3 of GW's sales.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, everybody buys Space Marines.
Yeah.
Georgie
boy, number 2.
It's a bolt thrower.
No, this is my number 2. Really hard to narrow down,
But I did, by the way.
Pretty much anything that's a Voivod album cover.
Oh, shit.
Really?
Okay, I had it wrong. I thought
Are
you were
you
gonna say
serious?
Yeah, well, no, man. Particularly Roar. I bought Roar in 1986 on vinyl, like in the literally like 2 bins of heavy metal vinyl in this place called Record Town in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I'm flipping through there, and I'm like, okay, trash. And like all these like big hair band stuff.
He's like Catatonic Society, trash.
And then I flip through and I'm like, whoa, look at this giant rolling pointy death machine. And I flipped it over and the song's like, fuck off and die. I'm like, whoa, it's 1986. Guns N' Roses hasn't come around yet. You don't say fucking music. And and so I jumped all over that. And,
George's D&D games were very PG back in the day.
I just can't. I'm still stuck on Record Town. I just thought that record stores used to call things like Record Town.
yeah. It was the mall.
Mom, I'm going to Record Town. All right.
Yeah, that's also where I bought Master of Puppets when it first came out on cassette.
So young Gideon
Yes.
bought this.
But I could have just as easily gone like Nothing Face.
Oh yeah, dude.
Killing Technology.
Hey, I'm not going to fault you for your choice. It's a totally good choice.
Yeah.
And I have no clue what any of your top 3 would have been. You
Well, let's
probably
find
know
out.
what my number 1 is. Jay's already guessed it.
Well, if you guys haven't guessed my number 1, then
Yeah, your number 1 is my number 1 is in your group of number 1s. I'm sure of it.
Okay.
So, but let's go to
to our guests.
Neutrino. What do you got for number
Yep.
one?
I'm gonna go with the first Borknagar record.
Whoa.
Right on.
It's nice photo.
Yeah.
It's that very simple, weird cabin in the middle of the meadow there, and all the mist and forest. I want to live there.
I'm looking it up on Spotify right now because Cosmic Genesis is the only album I know from them.
Yeah. How did you pronounce the band name again?
I say Borknagar.
That's the way I say it. I've
That's the
never
way I say
really
it.
gotten an official pronunciation on that one. I considered putting it on the list today, but
I would say Borknagar.
like Borknagar, Borknagar, it's like where's the emphasis go?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
hard to say.
yeah.
Ardra butchers names all the time too. He'd be a good one for this.
So I
Galen.
said Cosmic Genesis, but their album Empiricism.
Save it for the segment, please. Galen, what's your number one?
All right, my
This
number
album.
one is I had to think on this one because I don't know, this album means a lot to me personally, and I think part of it was when I was younger I'd sit and stare at it for hours because there's so much going on. But I could have gone for other ones by this band, but Somewhere in Time, Iron Maiden.
Ooh, good choice.
Yeah.
For some reason that one in particular, and I'm really into the whole like sci-fi Blade Runner kind of theme of that one.
Yep.
But you can look at that thing for hours. There's all these weird little things going on in the
All
background.
the
Well,
different
there's
song references.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah,
References
yeah.
to their actual lives too, like
Yeah.
Ruskin Arms is on there, the
Yep.
bar where they used to play, all that stuff. Yeah, it's a good
Yeah.
choice.
yep. All right, Jay, number one.
Not straying far afield, and it'll probably be hard for me to ever think that there's really a better metal cover than this, and it's Number of the Beast. I just think that's an amazing cover.
Yep.
Eddie,
That was
the
close.
devil controlling Eddie, controlling the devil, like literally. And it just, I used to stare at that record cover for hours. And it was one of my first, like, real heavy metal records. So it was important to me. And I still love that cover. I think it's amazing.
Right on. Buke, number one.
Jay took my fire out right when he texted me as soon as we started this fucking category. But I'm going to quickly step off here for a second. Neutrino, I got to ask you, going back to your number one, do you mind when these bands sing not in English? Does that affect you at all?
I don't hate it, but I always prefer Norwegian or the language of
Okay.
their origin. Just because I don't know, like it. Well, first of all, Norwegian I think sounds way more evil, and then when they sing in English, there's always like you can pick out some words kind of sound a little funny, because
Yeah.
they don't fully like speak English. So I don't know. I always and same with like bands like Drook. It just sounds.
Is
way
that how you pronounce that? I've always
Shush.
wondered.
I say Drook.
Our bass player's from
Who
Ukraine.
knows?
That's another weird. That's another.
I thought
weird,
it was.
Yeah.
I said Drudka, but I never. You're the first person I've ever heard say it out loud.
Yeah, who knows?
There goes that top 10.
We're hitting you hard, George.
But yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Number one.
My
Buke.
number one, Jay, again, he texted me as soon as we started this. He knows me well. Iced Earth, The Glorious Burden.
I was thinking you'd go Dark Saga.
I love Spawn. That's an amazing album art on that. But The Glorious Burden being a Civil War buff, the album art on the front side, they're all fighting. You flip it over, they're all dead in the back. It's just pretty cool
Right on.
album art.
Well,
And I'm glad I know you so well, and I already know what George is going to say too. But I'm not going to steal his thunder.
my number one to complete the Iron Maiden hat trick is Iron Maiden. Derek Riggs, specifically Somewhere in Time. Not my favorite Iron Maiden album, but it is probably the
That's
most.
your favorite art over Power Slave?
I was going to give Power Slave as my number two,
That was close for me too.
but the fact that the Somewhere in Time album cover has just so much going on.
Yeah, it does.
That and I when I bought that album, I bought it on vinyl back in the day.
Me too.
And so I just sit there and flip it over and just like try and find everything in there that, they've got hidden in there. So it was very cool.
Thank God you didn't say Dance of Death.
Oh my god, garbage.
That is the worst.
That one's
cover.
hilarious.
The story is stupid too.
Everything after Brave New World, they haven't really had any great covers since. And I thought Brave New World was pretty good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think the new one looks like it might be pretty good.
It's pretty cool.
bad.
We're excited about the record, to say the least.
I can't wait. I got to see if Amazon actually ships it to me.
They haven't canceled your order yet.
I got in on a vinyl pre-order. The new album Book of Souls is 3 vinyl.
Like $35.
and
No.
and they screwed up and put it on the site for $13.99.
Holy shit!
And I ordered it, and
Nice.
and then I tried to tell the rest of these guys about it. By the time they got there, it had been taken offline.
It's gone. Yeah.
But it's still
But
listed in my orders for $13.99, so I'm hoping
Yeah.
they ship it.
We're
Nice.
all waiting to see if it shows up.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, there should be that preview track should be coming out here pretty quick, right?
I believe it's next weekend, the 15th.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Was
Okay.
15th seems like an odd day. It's like
Awesome.
Saturday, Sunday,
Looking forward to it.
Saturday
Yep.
because that's the barbecue day. So I don't know. So we're premiering a new segment this week. It was suggested to us by Matt of Yesterday's Saints when we were at the Brutality at the Brewery last week, and we're calling this new segment Pronunciation in honor of Buke and the wonderful way that he says things.
I thought we were going to call it pronunciation. Sorry.
So I just emailed Buke the list of 10 band names that he has to try to pronounce.
This is going to be painful.
And most of these are bands that you've heard. Actually, I heard of all of them. And I would expect most people here probably know most of these, if not all of them. But can Buke say them? That is the question. All right.
Let's
Try
roll.
and say the first one, Buke.
First one, Blut us Nord.
That's pretty close.
That's pretty good.
Blut
that
aus
good?
Nord.
Pretty good, yes.
I was expecting Blut.
okay.
All right. The second one,
Catonic.
Thonic.
Okay.
The CH.
That
is-
one's hard. That one's hard.
Yeah, that was a trick one.
That's a Chthonic Society, actually, I think.
Chthonic Society.
This next one I've seen so many times. Druid.
Yeah,
I said the cake.
yeah.
Druid.
I pronounce it Drudka.
Me too, but we just heard something different from Neutrino, and I kind of liked it.
Yeah, well, how do you say it?
I don't even remember. I say Druk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Druk.
Yeah.
I'm with George. I do Drudka. Dredka. I don't know. You know what? Our Russian our bass player is Ukrainian.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
a Ukrainian band. I'll ask him how to pronounce it. But actually, I think I did, and I'm pretty sure he told me it's not a Ukrainian word.
Huh.
Yeah, I'll ask him.
That's
my-
why you can't
I'm
find a
positive
pronunciation
because he wears
anywhere.
their shirt sometimes.
All right,
Good man.
next one, Buke.
I couldn't get this one.
Inherjur.
Einherjer.
Einherjer.
All right.
I say Einherjer.
This whole category is Buke is having a stroke. Somebody check on him.
Okay.
Ishan.
I say it Isan because there's no H after the S.
Yeah, I do
I've always
too.
said Isan also.
Isan.
Isan.
I know the next one. I can do it. But probably nobody else
Kavelotak.
can.
Yep. I figured you'd get that one, but I thought I'd try and trip you up with it.
Do it again. I stepped on you. Say it again.
Kavelotak.
Yep.
Sam I.L.
Ooh, I thought that was going to be an easy one, but
That's just because I've heard it.
yeah, Samael.
Solstafir.
We've said that
Yeah,
one too
we've
much.
said it before. And this last one, I love this band. Oof. Ride.
Vride. Damn. I didn't think you were going to get that one. The whole VR thing throws me.
Reed.
Vreed. No, that's what I used to call it, but it's actually Vride.
Right. I love this category. If anybody else has anything you want to suggest that I try and pronounce, say, send it to George at wearemetalheads.com.
And frankly, they don't have to be metal bands.
Yep.
No,
Anything.
I was thinking of words. I mean, he's been tripped up with epitome and monotony, and so I might just try and find some words that he can't say.
Could you? And it's epitome and monotony.
Yep.
Yeah.
Monotony Fields. Yep.
So yeah, if you do send something in, make sure I can figure out how to pronounce it so I know whether or not he's saying it
Or
right.
just throw in pronunciation. Throw in just like a comma and say, Buke, where does this go?
Yeah.
I'll be stumped there. I didn't. Go ahead.
All right. Well, this was fun. We'll try and do this again.
Yeah, we'll do it periodically. I'll come up with a jingle for it too.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to have some funny lyrics.
Make sure you get that pronunciation in
I
there.
will. It's
Yep.
going to be good.
All right. So moving on, what are we listening to? What are you listening to right now,
Neutrino.
Neutrino?
Let's see. I have to remember. Oh, well, one of them was that Wild Run record that you suggested.
Yes.
Yeah. That's really not my cup of tea usually, but these guys do it really tastefully. The whole folk metal thing.
And they're from your area.
Yeah, they're local dudes. I've never heard of them before you guys mentioned them though.
We've all become fans of that record. Yeah, that was one Buke kind of bowled us all over on.
Yeah,
And John.
it seems like they're kind of making waves. Like I googled some of their reviews, and they're probably going to make some top 10 lists. I'd say.
Good.
Wasn't that great that when we saw John last weekend? Was it great? Like, hi, this is John.
Yeah.
He kept it up again.
He still did it.
And I've also been listening to the new Arcturian.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I kind of have mixed feelings about it still. I think there's some like brilliant stuff on there, but also some kind of not so brilliant stuff. Like some of the like electronic tunes kind of bum me out. I don't know. And then it's just I've been listening to a lot of Neurosis, like and prep for the show.
Yeah,
this year.
sure.
Yeah.
Right on.
Is that
Pretty
the
cool.
band who finished one of the stages, like the second to last band?
Yeah, it was before.
The guy with the goggles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with his hands in his
Yep.
pockets.
Yep.
Yeah,
They,
some footage. What the hell was up with that?
I don't know.
He was just kind of like, hey, so, I'm just going to hands in my pockets. Isn't that a song or something?
I think
yeah.
I think he was trying to be provocative. You know, he's such a provocateur.
Weird,
That
yeah.
guy.
But George promptly
Oh,
went and
hey,
bought
ooh,
the vinyl.
that was a Buke pronunciation, provocateur. I like that.
Is that not right?
I think it's provocateur. But to be fair, he is a provocateur. The there's a pretty good article on that album and in the new Terrorize. You probably read it, George.
I don't think I've read the new one yet.
You should read it. It's a nice article with those guys. Talks about where they've been, what they, and what they plan to do forward. Secondarily, a pretty honest review of the record that kind of sides with you, Neutrino. Yeah.
Wait, is that the one where he's talking about? No, wait, that was the podcast. Never mind. He was on the Metal Sucks podcast as well.
Oh yeah, I heard that. That was good.
Galen, what you listening to?
I've been listening to the new Tribulation record a lot.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
sure.
love that
Very,
album.
very good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Listening to a lot of old Dawn stuff,
Nice.
which I
not
wasn't
familiar
really
with them.
familiar with until recently. I'd only heard Slaughter Son.
What are they?
I
What?
didn't even realize they were
Dawn.
Yeah.
Dawn.
What style are
black
they?
metal.
Is it
black metal. It's Swedish.
And it was a convincing Buke.
Yeah, that's
episode.
right. Yeah, I do remember now. Yeah,
no, you don't.
And you remain unconvinced,
I
apparently.
do. Yeah, I must remain unconvinced now. Yep.
What else? I've been listening to the new Blind Guardian record, Beyond the Red Mirror.
Oh, right on, dude.
Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff.
I haven't heard it. The last one I liked was the one with the dragon on the front. It was before the last
Which one with the dragon?
Through
Through the time or whatever. It has time,
Yep.
word time. in
Yeah,
it.
yeah. They're all the same. Yeah, this new one's great. I'd recommend it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Have you boys heard that? George and Buke?
Yeah.
I have. I love
you-
it.
I haven't heard it yet. I haven't listened to it.
I do love the new Blind Guardian.
I didn't think you were all that impressed.
Yep.
All right, on. Well, I like it too. So there you go.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, you just influenced me. I'll check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
I thought I gave the promo out.
You did.
Maybe that was before your time.
Yeah,
Before
it may
J-
have been before his time.
There's BJ and AJ before J and after J, and I know BJ stands for a couple of things, but in this case,
I think the Before J podcast was a little better.
Yikes.
He brings nothing to the table.
Who doesn't prefer BJ?
Harsh.
But everybody loves the BB podcast. Before Buke,
There was no.
there was none. That's why this is the greatest ever since.
Anyway, is it,
You know what? I think everyone can agree. Everybody loves the Before Matt podcast.
yeah.
He brought nothing to the table.
He was a nice guy. Come on. He loved Pantera.
And you know what? Can I tell you something? He talks just like Phil Anselmo.
Yeah.
He got pretty heated when you guys were talking about some like, oh god, what was it?
The flag.
burning
Yeah,
the
I just sat back and was just like, go ahead,
That
drunk
was
Matt.
brutal.
I knew that was going to be. I knew he was going to set him off. So I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it."
And he could have been talking to himself. I swear to God, we all kind of got up and left the room. He just kept going. It was amazing.
Yeah, we all sat back. And George figured in that 2 hours, George and I, whenever we drink here, we have maybe 2-3 beers. Matt probably had,
Between 14 and 18 beers.
Yeah, he went to town.
he was.
You can hear it if you listen, and I don't suggest you listen to it again. You can hear clinking, just constant clinking. You know what I mean?
That's him. That's him walking into the room with like armfuls of Yingling
Yeah.
and drinking most of it himself.
Galen, did we get your whole list?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, that means it's Jay's turn
Yep.
after AJ. Okay, so before I went on vacation and after I went on vacation, two different things, but I had some stuff to take with me. And one thing I'm really into is this new cattle decapitation. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
And then we get a lot of promos on the show, and two that I listened to last night from start to finish and I'm totally into already is I like this. I would have to ask Buke to pronounce it for me. Mercure. Mercure.
Myrkur?
Yeah, I'm not sure how to pronounce that
Mercur.
either.
I like that.
Myrkur.
Myrkur.
I got to give it some more listens, and that's why it's something I'm listening to. But I like it.
Yeah, she is.
Very controversial stuff.
Yeah, she's this like super hot model who does this one girl black metal band, and
It's sort of Dead Can Dance meets black metal. I mean,
Yeah,
it remains to be seen if it's going to have any real substance to it. I've only heard it once, but I was intrigued.
the EP that she put out last year was pretty popular, and so when I got the promo for this, I was like, I definitely have to check this out. And to be perfectly honest, I don't care for her harsh vocals. They're too.
I was going to say they're not really like stylized. She just kind of screams.
Yeah,
like a
it's
couple
too.
blocks.
What the
How
fuck
about
you
that?
call it? Abstract.
Fair enough.
You know,
Well,
it's just like, eh. But then I really dug like the clean, childlike
Yeah.
singing that she did.
it's interesting.
And I was like, well, that's kind of cool. So I'm going to go back and listen to that again, too.
It's not going to make my end of the year list. I can already tell you that. And then I'm also listening to that Between the Buried and Me that George and Buke got me started on. That's still kind of spinning with me. And then finally got to hear from start to finish last night for the first time. Want to know what the boys think of it, but I like it. The new Ahab record I think is really good.
I've gone dark. I've been holding this for you guys. I've gone dark. I know you dropped it in the box. Until I have the vinyl and I can listen to it, a nice,
Wow.
clean listen, I've gone dark. I'm treating it like the new Star Wars movie. I'm so excited. I don't want it to be a disappointment beforehand.
So you're going to make it a disappointment after?
George, have you listened to it yet?
I have.
Oh, no, that means it's not good.
Yeah, I like it. No, I don't know. You know what, Buke?
No, that means it's not good, Jay. Because when George heard the Giant the last time, he was so fucking high on it.
Well, I'm not necessarily saying that it is as good as previous records, but I like it.
I don't think it's as good as The Giant. Although I want to go back and listen to them back to back
Yeah.
because there's definitely a lot of similar qualities.
Yeah. I
And
say
to be,
give it give it a real chance. I've only heard it once, dude. But
Yeah,
I got to
to-
tell you, I was pretty intrigued. I was into it last night.
to be fair, I got halfway through the album and was distracted by other things that I had to do. I was listening to it while I was working. I sort of, when you're listening to something and then you realize you've stopped paying close attention to it.
Right.
So I really need to go back and listen to it in full again. It was
the
pretty
jury's
good, but
out. I know. I'm not saying it's not breaking ground. I will say this too. We also mentioned this to each other today earlier. It's got a really kick-ass cover.
it is a
gotta be
cool
guy who does
looking.
the Mastodon
The
cover.
colors are striking.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm listening
Why
to
is
right
that
now.
the
We'll see
Giant?
how the week goes.
Nice.
The jury's still out on that one for me.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm not calling it a masterpiece, but
I didn't get into
like
The
it.
Giant until I really sat down, put on the headphones,
And
sat
something
back,
like
and just
that.
paid it, just
Yeah.
delved into it.
yeah.
And so I haven't done that with this yet. So, I could be doing it an injustice at this point.
It'd be interesting to see what we all think of it in a month or so. Mm-hmm. Vic, what are you listening to?
I'm in full barbecue mode. I've been listening to Guar Scumdogs of the Universe, a little Mutoid Men,
Oh, bless your heart. I like that
Down,
record.
Clutch. I'm just prepping myself for next weekend.
Is that the Mutate Man has two albums?
Yep.
Is it the new one?
I've been listening just all to the new one exclusively.
I think it's really good.
Yep.
I like it.
I've been listening to Valkyrie. All these bands are going to be there next weekend.
Cool.
Yep.
Right on.
Nice. Is Valkyrie, are they US band?
Yeah,
Like a
they're-
Richmond-based band, right?
Yeah, they're from Virginia.
Georgie
Kind
Boy,
of
what
like
are you listening
a
to?
Sabbath classic metal sound.
It's doom. It's more of a traditional doom kind of sound. Heavy, clean vocals.
Then That brings us to you, George.
All right. I have 3 albums here for you. First one I got from Corey over at the Nine Circles podcast/website. This is the Mexican band Majestic Downfall and their new album, which just came out Friday, called Wind Dead.
All right, right on.
I highly recommend this for both of you gentlemen. It is a Death Doom album of very good quality.
Say the name again, George, please.
Majestic Downfall.
Okay. Is it one album? They only have one album?
No, this is like their at least 3rd album, I think. But the new one's called Wind Dead.
Okay, cool. ...
Wind Dead.
Very cool. All right.
And it's a really cool album.
Nice.
You
Next
got that
up,
from Corey?
yeah, I saw him talking about it, and I was like, that sounded familiar. And he was talking about it on Facebook, and so I went and looked it up on Bandcamp, and immediately bought it, and it's pretty killer. Next up, this one isn't out yet. This is the new album from Amorphous called Under the Red Cloud, and what are you laughing at?
I think it was hot over there because somebody was waving a flag, if you know what I'm saying.
No, yeah, I farted.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Galen's not appreciating it, apparently.
No,
So,
not cool.
clam chowder.
Not cool.
Chowder.
All right, Chad. Yeah, the new Amorphous is pretty badass, I think. You know, I mean, it's more of the same. The last couple albums, you know, there's harsh vocals, there's clean vocals, there's heavy music and folky kind of elements thrown in there, and I like it. I've only given it one listen through yet, but I am appreciating it.
Pulled it from the box last night. Haven't listened to it yet. The cover looks a lot like that Psychroptic cover, doesn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
And the last one is one that I actually surprisingly found on XM Radio's Liquid Metal last week. I rarely find anything new on there that I want to listen to. But this is a sort of a blackened thrash band called Black Fast.
Nice.
And their album Terms of Surrender.
Cool
It's kind of a fast thrashy album with like screechy kind of black metal vocals. And it's pretty badass. It actually, I haven't listened to the band that I'm about to reference here in a while, but it kind of reminded me of Vector.
Cool.
So
Where are they from?
I could probably listen to Vector now and be like, oops, doesn't sound anything like it. But that was what immediately popped into my mind was Vector. What was that?
Oh, well, I was just wondering where they're from.
That's a good question. I didn't look it up.
I will. Who was it again?
Black Fast.
Black Fast. I'll find out.
think
Hey,
they're-
Buke.
I think they're
is it
from
all-
the West Coast.
All one word?
2 words.
I got it. Okay. Hey, Buke, you haven't said anything about the new Jungle Route, dude. Not
I
once.
haven't listened to it
Buke.
Why not?
because work has been so fucking busy and I have a baby.
I just keep waiting for you to say stuff. They're from St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't we move on to our classic albums? Neutrino, what do you got for us?
Ooh,
Go for it.
it's gonna be tough for me. You guys know I'm not good with classic.
Let's.
Hey,
What,
it's
I
only
bet
gotta be
that
20
piece of
years old.
paper is like band name, scribble out. Band name, scribble out. Band name, scribble out.
So now, is this a classic that I've been listening to, or just
No. Just
Just in general.
Yeah, just you can either have been listening to it or you're like, you know, these guys haven't mentioned this album and I just want to give it some love.
Oh, all right.
And then maybe somebody out there like you will hear it and go, I should check that out.
Okay. So, well, I guess the one fits both. I've been listening to this one, and it's a classic. And it's Carcass Necroticism.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great choice, dude.
Yeah, I've never really explored too much of Carcass. I'm on board with them with Heartwork and was like totally, mind blown with that. But not much else.
Would Swan
And,
Song have been a better introduction to them?
What's that?
No. I mean,
Nope.
I like Swan Song. A lot of people diss on it and dislike it because they sort of started doing the death and roll thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
That was my introduction.
I think it's a good album. That's probably why I started you
Yeah.
on it.
I would start with fucking Surgical Steel, dude. One of the great
That
reunion
is-
records ever.
Nowadays, yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
back when I got him into it, Heartwork was my first album. Necroticism is really about as far back as I go for Carcass. Before that, it gets a little too noisy.
It gets pretty brutal, yeah. And that's kind of what I did with them. I went to the first couple of records and I was like, fuck,
Yeah.
I can't even handle this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I sort of gave up. And then the Requiem podcast guys were talking about this record, and it's like stylistically, and like production wise, it's pretty similar to Heartwork.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So I was pretty into that.
They were breaking some ground, man. And I think, and you definitely need Surgical Steel if you don't have that.
Yeah, I did listen to it. I've not really explored it enough, but yeah, I should go back to it.
Right on. Galen, classic record.
I put for this one, Fate's Warning, Spectre Within.
Nice.
Oh, I love this album. We haven't mentioned this yet, and I fucking love this album. I love the title track. Oh,
Yeah.
Anything
Amazing.
with John Arch on vocals, count me
Yeah.
in.
what's it?
I agree.
Apparition. Oh,
Yeah.
I
John
love
Arch
this
is
fucking
God, man.
album.
Yeah,
Love John Arch.
they're a band that's always sort of always within reach. They're always close
Yeah.
by. Like I listen to them a lot. So
Great
There's a
choice.
reissue, some sort of superb version of the Shades of Grey or whatever that title is.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forget,
yeah.
coming out pretty soon.
Pleasant Shade of Grey.
Yeah, that's some sort of like a super duper reissue's coming out. I can't remember the details.
Yeah, I saw something
I'll
about
have to
that
look
too.
into that.
Yeah, that's a good choice. Yeah, that's a great record. Great
It is a
record.
great record.
Is that the one with Valley of the Dolls on it? Or
No,
is it
that's Awaken the Guardian.
That's
Awaken the Guardian? Yeah.
Another great one, but yeah.
All right, my classic this week is total fucking corporate cotton candy stuff. But I think it was a great record, and our bass player had it on at his house the other day, and I was like, God, I forgot how good this was. Except Balls to the Wall. That's a great record.
George hates
It's a good
this,
one.
but I love it.
Yeah, I'm stepping away from this one.
Okay.
George
feel free.
can't stand his vocals.
I hate Udo.
Oh, you can't do Udo. You know what? That record, though, is good from start to finish. I mean, it's like one of those bands that was kind of cool for a while, and then they kind of got weird in the mid-'80s and stuff. But that's a great record.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
Georgie boy. I mean,
Buke.
Yuki boy.
This is me. All I gotta say, gentlemen, pull the plug.
Death.
Death, leprosy.
Okay.
I heard this on
Thanks.
Spotify the other day, it's on a random play, and I'm like, what a great fucking album this is. What a great
It
song.
is.
Yeah.
You could just say Death and say any record. and
Yeah.
It's a classic, really.
But
Yep.
what was 88, 89?
No, that's, go ahead. keep
But what
talking.
a great, it's just a great album.
Oh yeah.
When did you guys, I say the older gentlemen, when did you guys get your first exposure with Death? And did you like them when you first heard them?
Go ahead, George.
I picked up Scream Bloody Gore on cassette when it first came out. Because even back in like 1987, I was always scouring the stores. And I took it home and I said, "What the fuck is this?"
Nice.
I was like, "Wow!" I was like, and I swear I coined the term "Cookie Monster" vocals
Yeah.
that day because I was like, "Wow!" And I liked the music. It took me a while to get into the vocals.
I was well. First off, Leprosy came out in '88. I was same as George. Scream Bloody Gore was my first one, and I had read at the time. People were talking about it like it was like the heaviest thing to come down the pike ever,
Yeah.
you know. So I was like, well, I gotta get it, and I thought it was great. I loved it, but I think like Bathory's first couple were out by that time and everything, so there was still some harsh stuff going on, but. But they weren't the exemplary band they became, you know, when we get down to Symbolic and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It really is just a thrash record, but it was good.
Yeah.
Anywho's, George, what's your classic for this week?
My classic this week is "Battles in the North" from Immortal.
Yeah. Very nice. Yeah.
You're just playing up to these guys over here.
I was going with a black metal theme, but I was like looking through some stuff that were, you know, that's 20 years old this year,
Is it really? That's insane, dude.
and
So
that's
Slaughter of the Soul, that kind of blows my mind.
yeah. And "Battles in the North" has always been my favorite Immortal album. You
Totally.
know, when
Same
I
here.
first came across that album, I'm like, look at this album. First of all, it's just the album cover is like two dudes standing in the snow, and the whole thing is white. You know, everything else, black metal and death metal times, it was all very dark.
Yeah.
And I was just intrigued by this all white. Even the spine of the plastic on the front cover is white,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Ooh, it's so pretty." And
It's weird, dude. It's a weird cover.
Oh, it's so good.
There's white vinyl versions of that out there.
That came
The,
out. The reissue came out pretty recently, actually, on Hell's Headbangers. That's probably still around.
I
might
do
be the
have
white
that on
vinyl.
vinyl. And
You have it what? Go ahead.
And just listen to some of these song titles. I mean, grim and frost-bitten kingdoms descent into eminent silence, throned by black storms, cursed realms of the winter demons. I mean, you can't get more black metal than that.
Or more turned on than George is.
Yeah,
now.
my nipples are hard. They actually are.
Did any of you guys watch any of the, and I'll probably pronounce it wrong, Abath footage from his new band, which is just his name? It's pretty cool.
I did see it. I was really, really psyched, actually. Because they're playing I Material, which I think is really good. Underrated.
Oh, that's a great record, dude.
Yeah. So they're playing all that stuff, which I think is pretty awesome.
Yeah, you have I, right, George?
Yeah.
I love that album.
That's a great record.
Yeah. So now it's the first opportunity for him to actually do those songs live.
Do that stuff,
And so it's good.
Sons
I'm
of
psyched. I hope they make a record. I'd like them to make a record. We'll see
Definitely.
what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to vinyl or other acquisitions.
I have a great one that's so far from fucking metal, but it is amazing.
I'm assuming that's what you were
And I'm
doing
going to
this morning.
start it off because I'm going to break the fucking trend. I got the Battletoads, the old school video game soundtrack on vinyl
Yes.
from I Am 8-Bit.
The first NES Battletoads?
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
Genius.
Yep, I got the Battletoads soundtrack on vinyl.
Never even heard of it.
Yep, it's
Me
one of
either.
the greatest classic games of all time.
Okay.
The pause
And it's-
music alone is famous.
And it's literally out on vinyl?
It's on vinyl from I Am 8-Bit. It'll be out in November. It was a pre-order. I ordered it earlier this week.
I can't.
I love everything about that. I love you pre-ordered it. I love you couldn't let anybody else talk first because you wanted to say it so
Yep.
bad.
Yep,
Battletoads.
I can't imagin listening to 8-bit music on vinyl.
it's just the whole
That's
concept.
a
It's
pretty
just
metal
it's fucking
title.
great.
Is it on swap green vinyl?
It is. It is. Yes, it certainly is.
Battletoads.
That's awesome.
All right.
Is that everything you picked up?
That's it.
That's all you need.
Recently, the past week, yep, that's it. I just sent you a picture, Jay, to your phone.
I can't wait.
Of
I'm
the
wondering
vinyl.
how many, for years, you were calling the record store going, is there Battletoads soundtrack out yet?
So I got an 8-bit soundtrack on vinyl.
All right.
Awesome. Cool.
Neutrino.
Neutrino, excuse me.
Oh, I guess most recently, yesterday, I picked up a couple records before the Neurosis show. When we have a pretty cool record store here called Armageddon Records, and I got "In the Streams of the Inferno" by Mysticum.
Nice.
A nice new reissue of that.
Look at that. Look at that,
that's
gentlemen. Sorry to interrupt. Look how awesome that is.
Wow.
I don't
The
even know what I'm looking
Battletoads.
at.
Look at
Battletoads.
that.
That's awesome.
Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, Neutrino. It was a Battletoad.
So yeah, I got the Mysticum, and I also picked up "A Blasphemy Made Flesh" by Cryptopsy.
Nice.
Yes.
Their first record.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just cheap. It was like $18 or something, and that record kind of scared the shit out of me back in the day. So had to have it.
Were we talking
And,
vinyl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recently,
I mean,
I,
Cryptopsy.
Go ahead.
Cool. I didn't know you guys. Usually when we have guests, they usually just like they don't always buy vinyl like us. So I just wanted to know. That's awesome that you're buying vinyl.
Yeah,
Galen, do you do
into
vinyl?
I got into vinyl pretty hard, like about a year ago. I started.
Cool.
So I'm pretty deep now. It's
Nice.
a problem. It's a problem.
Yeah,
It's a
it is.
problem.
It's a problem with all of us.
Yeah, and I pre-ordered a couple of Neurosis reissues that just came out. I told George about that too a while ago.
Yeah, you
Did
actually.
you get those silver ones?
No, they were gone by the
Yeah.
time.
They
got-
went quick.
I got the silver for the Tribes of Nurat, but the other ones I didn't.
Yeah, they went super fast.
It was Through Silver and Blood and Times of Grace. So I'm psyched for those to come out.
Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Very cool.
Those are nice pickups.
Thank you. Thank you.
Galen.
A couple things I got vinyl wise. I buy CDs still too, but I buy both. I got the album Wolffather by Nidinger. We mentioned earlier.
Yep.
It's an awesome band. I got the Somberlane, their section.
That's everybody always
half.
goes Storm of the Lights.
That's where
band,
I go.
But and with good reason. But I kind of think I like the Somberlane better.
It's
You went
good.
for
I
that
mean,
for a classic album earlier in the year.
I did because it just doesn't get enough attention.
Don't you
Yeah,
like that one better
yeah.
too?
Yeah, sort of. It's I'm on the fence.
I don't even know if I ever heard it. That's how big of a poser I am.
All right.
Oh, it's really
Well,
good.
right out
These
there.
guys
We'll
off the
listen to
pod.
A sort of non-metal one that I'd never actually knew much about was a Pink Floyd album called More.
That's a really early one.
You
The
never hear
soundtrack.
about it. It is amazing. Got some really good stuff. Some very like aggressive singing that's I've never heard on any other Pink Floyd stuff.
I think it's from isn't it the soundtrack thing?
It's the soundtrack, yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
It's
you
one of
can-
their soundtracks, but it's definitely a standalone album.
But I think you can actually see. I'm thinking that you can see them play that. It's a soundtrack from, I think, a Pink Floyd movie. I'll have to look it up.
Okay. Well, it's awesome.
Yeah. Sorry. Pardon me. Pardon my interruption.
No, it's all right. And the other thing I got was just a classic Dio, Dream Evil.
Bless your heart.
Yeah, it's a good album. You don't hear much about that one, but it's a good one. They're all good, actually.
All the fools sailed away. I could have been a dreamer, you know?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
All the Fools Sailed Away. That's the star of that show, I think.
Yeah,
But
it's a good one.
awesome, dude. That's a great list.
What do you
Yeah.
got, Jay?
Pretty brief. Just a couple of vinyl things I picked up. I got a copy of Mob Rules, original reissue or original issue, mint condition. I was glad to get that. Still don't have Heaven and Hell. Hopefully soon. I got Typo Negative. I don't know how many people agree on this, but I think Dead Again, their last record, was one of their best records. So I got that on green vinyl recently.
Sweet.
And then, even though I reported this one last episode, I reported this, but then I got it, and it was a bootleg copy with a shitty.
You know you do have it, George.
Anyway, so I got what I got was Don't Break the Oath. There was these 180 gram reissue of Melissa and Don't Break the Oath. Funny, we've been talking about those today.
I think you guys mention those records on every podcast.
I think we do, dude, and it's
Yeah,
probably
these guys do. Get
it's
some more
probably-
content, guys.
Well, it's funny too because I was going to send Buke my other copy, and then the copy I got in the mail was a bootleg with like puke yellow wax. It was just the worst. So
I love shitty colors like that.
but it's a total boot, dude. The label is not even centered in the record. It's terrible. so I found another copy and got my right copy. Buke, I'm sending you my original copy, not my shitty copy. That's going back, and that's it. I just picked up the 3 vinyl since the last time we spoke.
Nice. Long list coming up.
Actually, this past week has been pretty slow. I only, at the last minute on Friday, got one thing, and that's the reissue of Morbid Angel's Altars of Madness.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Oh, I
That's
saw
awesome.
that. You posted that, yeah.
Yeah.
When did that come out?
Came out sometime last week.
Oh, no, the reissue.
Oh, the reissue. Sorry.
Yeah, it was just released last week. I like pre-ordered it, and it immediately shipped. I also pre-ordered but have not yet received Blessed Are the Sick.
Nice.
Was there anything special or fancy about the package, or is it just like a straight on?
It's on vinyl, which in itself is, if you see it on Discogs, either of those, they're pretty pricey and rare.
I'm flipping off Buke right now. I know we're all on video together, but that's for Buke.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And
But okay.
I've been looking, particularly Blessed Are the Sick is probably my favorite Morbid Angel album. And
Oh, really?
I've been looking for that like forever. I have Covenant, I have Domination,
Covenant, way better.
Hell yeah, Buke.
Covenant.
but the first two is really hard to find because they were original pressings from late 80s,
those-
early 90s. And
Are those on your want list, George? Because I keep a want list for both you boys. So I need to know what you really can't find.
They were on my Discogs want
That's a
list,
good friend right there.
but
Do
I'm
you
always-
guys
I'm
have
always sending these
a
guys
want
my-
list? Do you guys have like a holy grail of vinyl you guys are looking for?
Oh, yeah, totally.
We
What do
always
you
look
guys
out
have?
for our friends, man.
Oh, man. I was just talking to somebody about this yesterday. My number one of all time is Nemesis Divina by Satyricon.
Is that,
I've got a bootleg of that.
Yeah, totally. It came out, like, the first issue of it came out, I think, like, with the, back in the day. Nothing since then, and there's still, I'm still not completely sure what's going on with those old Satyricon records, who owns the rights or whatever.
Yeah.
Because none of them have been reissued, and, I want, like, a box set of those first 4.
That's a
That'd be
great
awesome.
cover too, by the way. That's a great album cover on Nemesis.
Yeah, totally.
And,
You can
and
find-
we don't talk about Satyricon a lot in this, but I agree with you. Those first 4 records,
Oh, yeah.
they're just
Genius.
devastating. So good.
Genius.
You
Totally.
can find bootlegs of Dark Medieval Times under some other title.
which, believe it or not, is probably my favorite one.
Yeah, mine too.
That one's
And then-
great.
It's like Dark Medieval Seconds or something like that.
And then Shadow Throne, you see it every once in a while go for like €600.
Oh,
Like
seriously?
it's fucking expensive because it was a very limited Moonfog early run.
I can remember. I Neutrino, no doubt, man. I'm serious. I carry around mental lists. I send these boys something I find every once in a while. So if I find it, it's yours.
What's the most you
You're
would
the
pay
best,
for a
Jake.
record,
We should,
guys?
we should trade collection lists on Discogs.
Yeah,
That'd be
we all should hook up
Or
on
love
Discogs and share.
totally.
George is fighting his phone for a second.
Yeah, would you
Trying to
maybe
figure out how to delete.
would you send them to George?
Okay.
Your usernames.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's just helpful. Because we all kind of, when we're shopping, we think of each other. Because you never know what I might find for $10. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. Yeah, there's other ones I just can't think right now.
Yeah, nowadays if
Holy
I'm
Grail?
looking for something like Holy Grail, and it's really expensive. If I see something that's tempting on eBay and I'm like, I could pay €200 for that, I'll do a quick check on Amazon. Surprisingly.
Yeah.
And that's where I got these Morbid Angels. I was looking at I think it was an Altars of Madness that was like, it's probably like $100. And I was like, that's, usually it's like 150 or more. I was like, let me just do a quick search, make sure there isn't some sort of fucking reissue coming. And boom, there was 2 reissues. I was like, I paid $22 for each of those.
Nice.
You know, George and I will unfortunately spend the higher amount, though. Sometimes we both do.
I've done that before too. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
me
bummer.
too.
I just thought of another one.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, Disincarnate.
Yeah.
Dreams of
Oh,
the
right
Carrion
on, yeah,
Kind.
dude.
Yeah, that one's hard to find.
What's it
Yeah.
on?
Oh God, I don't know.
What do you mean,
Metal
what-
Blade maybe back in the day.
Could be.
What label you mean?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was. Fuck.
I don't know about
know
that.
that.
That blew my mind back in the day. I love that record.
I've fulfilled some of mine. I got Monotheist. That was one I had to have. But like I can't find Morbid Tales for like a reasonable
Yeah.
amount.
yeah. Yep.
I can, and a few other things like that. They're just difficult to find. A lot of what I want, George has. So I'm gonna have to rob his house someday. But
Well, George is everything. So
George has everything. It's true. He had. I don't know if you heard a recent pod, but he passed 1,349 albums. So I bought him.
I saw that.
Yeah. So I bought him 1,349. The Apocalypse. Beyond the
Yeah,
Apocalypse.
that was
just because
so
it
awesome.
had to be right. There was no other way it could have gone.
Yeah, the 1,349th album is 1,349.
where do you keep your records, George? Your wife must hate you.
She does. Okay. So
Unrelated to the records, by the way.
Yeah, she hated him before he bought a single record.
So we've got a single family home thing going on here, and there's a room off the kitchen that is the formal dining room, or as I like to call it, vinyl room. There isn't a table or anything in there. There's a whole bunch of like IKEA, you know the IKEA shelves that people use for records.
Kellex or whatever.
Yeah, they line both sides of the long walls. And then there's like a chair and like a rug. It's like the vinyl listening room.
Do you keep like a dehumidifier in there and like a perfect temperature of?
I should. I really should. But I'm constantly running out of room and trying to I like pull out stuff I don't listen to and go put it somewhere else so it doesn't look like I'm out of room yet, because when I'm out of room, I'm supposed to stop.
That's not good.
And so, and then I pile things on top, and I don't know what to do.
Yeah, that's rough. I'm
pretty
not,
much out
I'm
of
not
room.
quite there yet. I'll get there soon enough.
All right, I'm kind of excited about the next segment because I just think I always choose kick-ass stuff because I'm so awesome. So let's move on to deep tracks
Deep tracks.
or deep cuts. Maybe we call it. I can't remember.
Yeah,
Did
deep
you guys pick one?
Deep cuts.
Nice.
I have two, if you will entertain me for a second.
We shall.
One of them is Angel of Disease off Covenant, Morbid Angel.
Nice.
There you go.
It's a weird track. It's got like a weird production that's kind of different from the rest of the record, I feel. And he does like sort of high vocals on it as opposed to like the regular death growl. It's just a strange song. It's almost like punky. And I don't know. I've always loved that song, and I feel like nobody ever talks about it, and I think it's wrong.
And you get deep cuts, my friend. I'm glad you get it. Good choice.
Nice. And my other one is Shedding Skin off of Far Beyond Driven, Pantera. I feel like that's probably my favorite Pantera song, actually. That's going out to you, Buke, by the way.
I fucking love that song. Fuck, that is a great song.
Yeah.
I love the drums on that song, man.
Everything on that fucking song. So
Fuck,
epic.
that's
Very
awesome.
epic for Pantera, you know?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's it.
Galen?
Okay, deep cuts. I have Raw Deal by Judas Priest off of Sin After Sin,
Nice, dude.
which is a fucking amazing song, one of the best riffs ever, in my opinion, and nobody talks about that song or even knows about that song. There are great songs on that record, but no one ever talks about Raw Deal, and it's sort of a raw deal. But
Full circle. Well done, my friend.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, Jay.
All right, mine is a record that I think has a lot of deep cuts on it, but it's from Holy Diver, the album Holy Diver. And most people would, if you were to talk to people, they'd be like, oh, yeah, the title track or Rainbow in the Dark, whatever. But no, man, the best song on that record is called Gypsy. God damn, that's a good song.
it's a good one.
And I could also mention, because I just want to say them all, what the hell? There's a great song in there called Straight Through the Heart, one called Invisible, Shame on the Night. But Gypsy, one of my favorite Dio songs ever, Gypsy.
Yep. Awesome.
Right on.
Buke.
From his second album, Danzig, Lucifuge.
Nice.
This is one of the ending tracks on the album. I may be on an island here, but this is Girl.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a deep track, and everyone's like, okay. Yeah, really.
I remember that song on there, but I don't remember how it goes.
Yeah, me
It's-
either. I
yeah.
don't remember it.
The riff is literally the open strings on a guitar. So anybody who doesn't know how to play guitar can play Girl.
Yeah.
So just the first 4 strings of your guitar and you're good. That's
There
the
you
riff.
go. Yeah,
Seems like
it's a deep
Around
track, and
Danzig
everyone's
songs.
like, okay, let's buy some time for a couple of seconds before we move on to George.
It's a good song. It's a great song. I like it.
All
Right on.
I'll spin it.
George, I know you're a Danzig fan. Do you like his second album?
It's probably my favorite.
Yeah.
What's your favorite track off it?
Devil's
Girl.
Plaything, Blood and Tears, Her Black Wings,
Yeah.
Tired of Being Alive.
It's a good one.
All right.
George goes, girl?
Question mark.
I remember it, but I'm sure I'd recognize it if I heard it. Because I listened to the shit out of that album.
Yeah, me too. But I can't play this song for now. So the first 3 records I listened to a lot.
Deep cut.
The deepest cut.
That's the point. All right, so mine, I picked a specific song, but I'm actually going to give a shout out to pretty much every other song on that second side of this album, except for the first. I'm going back to the Iron Maiden well, it's Peace of Mind.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much the second side, minus the Trooper.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait.
To Tame a Land. Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
that's the one.
The song that I'm focusing on is Still Life, because I just fucking love that song.
That's great,
Okay.
dude.
The Opeth album?
No. But then Quest for Fire, Sun and Steel, and the epic To Tame a Land are also very, very worthy of mention.
Yeah.
And don't
That's
get
awesome.
nearly enough, they don't play that stuff live.
Nope.
George, they don't. In fact, let's see. The Trooper is probably the only thing they've played off that side.
Yeah.
Yep. Actually, there's some footage of Still Life from, I think, the Seventh Son tour, maybe.
Really?
Cool. I'll look it up.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
There was I used to have this really kick-ass box set. And it was like just this complete Maiden weird oddities that came out basically up through. I can't remember if Bruce was back yet when it came out. But anyway, it's got live at the Hammersmith Odeon, right before Number of the Beast came out. And one of the things they had on it was a live version of Lost for Words.
Huh. That's awesome.
Which was really cool, by the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a good call. George always has good deep cuts.
Thank you.
Mine are like,
Yeah, you always seem
Girl?
random, as if a child chose them.
yeah. George was like, girl? Is that even a song?
I actually feel like I ripped that off in a song that I wrote. A song.
It was called Girls.
And actually, it was called Only You, parentheses, Girl. And I'm pretty sure I know for a fact that I was using Danzig as a template for that song. And it was probably, at least in the back of that song, was probably at least in the back of my mind.
Okay, well, Danzig's going to come and meet you in the hallway and try and knock you out.
Yep.
Try. Yeah.
Get knocked out instead.
Luckily, nobody ever heard the song very much.
Which,
is
by the
probably-
way, he's got a covers record coming out. We haven't taled about that.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting choices. There's like an Elvis cover on there. It's like he went with his heart, and I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess he used to get shit a lot for that back in the day. That he was kind of like the dark Elvis or whatever.
Yeah.
So I think.
But he really loves Elvis.
He's embracing it.
Yeah.
I read an interview where he talked about who what's on it, and it was like all the people that he. I gotta fucking look it up. Anyway, I'm intrigued. I mean, I know he's kind of past his prime and all that, but.
Yeah, I'm still curious about stuff he does. I'll go check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of due before long. I gotta make the listen for a second. 'Cause I gotta see if I can find out what. I'll tell George and maybe he can tell you about it. But it's got Elvis. It's all these weird covers. Like one of you might be like Thin Liz, not Thin Lizzy, but like Leonard Skinner or something. It's so weird. It's the weirdest choices you've ever heard in your life. Yeah. Anyway, that's it.
All right. Well,
We're at the end.
we're at the end. We're gonna get ready to play you another song from In Conjuration here in a moment.
But before we get to that,
But before we do, I want to take the usual time at the end here to mention, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Twitter. I am Disciple OV Metal. Buke is
Opeth Fag.
like
Opeth.
an
Fan. I'm
eighth
sorry, I got
grade
that.
fucking Tiger Beat girl Opeth fan.
and Jay.
Catatonic J. At
Catatonic J.
Catatonic J.
At
Got to
Cat-
tell it so the kids will understand it.
More importantly, gentlemen, for spending your weekend with us.
Bless your
Thank you
hearts.
very much, guys. Truly.
Yeah, no
Thank you for
problem.
having us.
We
It was a blast.
occupied
Good.
3-4 hours of your guys' time.
Yep.
And you were
I've been-
generous with it, and you were super fun to talk to.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for a long time. I've been a fan of the podcast for almost like a year now, so this is
That means a lot.
quite a treat for me.
Excellent.
Means a lot.
And I want to give a shout out to our buddy Will Cook, who has in the past week taken over our Twitter account to try and show us how it's done. And he's gotten us at least 50 follows in the last week. So thank you, Will. We are not so smart there.
Not good computer talk.
Yeah.
Bad. Hey, and I'm going to plug these guys' new record because they just said it was coming out, and they're going to plug your own stuff here if you feel free. But that new record you said has come out in physical format before long, correct?
Yes, very soon, next couple weeks, hopefully. So
That's a stamp of approval is certainly on it from this show. Not that it needs it, but good stuff,
All
dude.
right. Thanks,
thank you,
guys. Appreciate it.
Just to mention it again, that's Infera Bruo. The album is In Conjuration. And if you fucking want to get it right fucking now, go to Bandcamp. It's there. Buy it.
And
Live
three
it,
other
love
records
it.
as well. Yeah, 3 other albums as well.
Yep.
All right.
I have one last thing to say, like we mentioned last week. If you listen to us, please take the time. It helps us out tremendously. Go on iTunes, leave us a review. Go on anywhere where you can download the podcast, leave a review for us. It just helps us out. Basically, it just helps other people find us.
Yep.
So
And I was going to give, and still willing to give, free Catatonic Society CD to people who were making those comments. First 5 people. We really haven't heard from people. Maybe you don't want the CD. That's fine. But email George or the Metalheads podcast Facebook page, and with your information, if you left one of those comments, and I'll send you a CD.
Yep.
And we just got guitar picks. I'll send you a guitar pick.
Right on.
Nice.
All right. So we're getting ready to head out, but we're going to play you another song off of In Conjuration. And maybe you guys can tell us a little bit about this before we play it. This is Proclamation 3, In Conjuration.
All right. Sort of the title track, obviously. It's part 3 of a 3-part concept that was originally just going to be 1 track, but I decided to split it into 3 sort of halfway through the process. And it's probably the most melodic vocally on the album.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Everybody's going to think we're pussies now.
Yeah. But it's, yeah.
Yeah, I just tapped out from you guys. I loved you guys. The past almost 3 hours we've talked. I'm done now.
Anyway, yeah. This is the third of a 3-part series. And, yeah, that's it.
Okay, here is the song. We will see you all next time. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.